People are trying to figure out what is the writing on the bottom of that Chinese spy balloon that's flying over the northern part of the United States. Froggy, you up to speed on this? Because you're not typically up on the latest on current events.
I get my current events here.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Hey, Fester, you joining us from home this morning? What's the story?
Yeah, I am here. Good morning, guys.
Are you aware of the Chinese spy balloon over Montana?
I'm aware of it, and it's pretty scary stuff.
Yeah, so people were trying to figure out. I was all over social media last night. I was looking at threads, discussions on Reddit, etc., and people were trying to figure out what is the writing, because with the image that has been supplied of this Chinese spy balloon, there's some type of writing on the bottom, and it has now been determined what it says, and it says TikTok. So
that's what I was going to guess.
Yeah. It says TikTok. So it's a TikTok Chinese spy balloon. Listen, it just adds to the credibility of the TikTok application as a Chinese communist spying and mind control and mind alteration and power suggestion application to infiltrate the brains of young peeps. So,
is this real? What is going on?
Oh yeah, it's real. But why did they choose Montana to spy on?
First of all, it doesn't say TikTok on the bottom of the balloon.
I believe
that was a joke. I know you believe that. I know you believe that hook, line, and sinker, Roxanne. No, there's some kind of writing or markings on the bottom of this balloon, and they chose Montana because we have nuclear missile silos in Montana. We've got a pretty significant base. One of I think 3, 4. I mean, I don't think we publicize everywhere we've got nuclear missiles, but the silos, I think, are generally known. But it is believed that this balloon at high altitude cruising over the United States has surveillance equipment. There's like a pod attached to the balloon, and we believe, I'm sure we're only getting a fraction of the story, but we believe that this balloon has all kinds of sophisticated spying gear to probably take images, probably take pictures and try to get closer looks of, what's going on down below here in the United States.
Maybe like Yellowstone. That's where they shoot Yellowstone, is in Montana. Maybe they have footage from the film set.
Yeah, of Kevin Costner.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't they just throw a dart at the dumb thing?
Well, that's the story.
Shoot it with a BB gun.
Well, let me tell you right now that the news broke on this yesterday, late yesterday afternoon, going into yesterday evening, and the Pentagon said that they were considering shooting it down. There was some report that Biden wanted to shoot it down. I don't know if they're trying to make him seem like some kind of tough guy, and that the Pentagon talked Biden out of shooting it down because of concern for where the balloon parts would land. And they say it's the size of like 3 city buses. So this is a pretty large, substantial balloon. I say you shoot the bastard out of the air.
What does it take? It's a balloon.
Over Montana, what the hell do you get to hit? What do you hit? You going to hit a moose?
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Not allowed to be
How high
here.
up? How high up
You
is
know,
it?
I haven't seen the actual altitude other than it is higher than commercial aviation traffic. So commercial aviation traffic, I think, averages about 35,000 feet, but can go as high as, I believe, 42 on some flights. So
is there somebody in it? Like traveling around the world in 80 days?
No, there's no Chinese dude is
Jackie
inside.
Chan.
How do they know? How do you know?
Well, because it appears to be an unmanned surveillance balloon.
It could have some invention where inside the core of the balloon, he's just sitting there.
Yeah,
Dude,
so
that's creepy.
Yeah, and I haven't seen let me read you something here. As far as this type of activity is not unprecedented. The senior defense official said with China flying stratospheric balloons like this, it's been done before. Difference is this time the balloon is staying over the U.S. longer than usual. The stratosphere starts between 4 and 12 miles above the Earth's surface and extends to around 31 miles, but I don't see the exact altitude of how high the balloon is. But again, it's going to be higher than 42,000 miles, I would imagine, or 42,000 feet rather. I would imagine this thing is maybe 50,000 feet up. It would be my guess.
It'd have to be really, really high. Any idea where they might have launched it from?
That's another good question. And then the Chinese, we'll get into this later on, but the Chinese are denying that it's their spy balloon. Well, this is just another mess, and why China is a military danger to the United States. TikTok is a danger to the United States. People don't believe in the spying capability, the monitoring capability, the mind suggestion capability of TikTok. But I'm telling you, the Chinese Communist government is a big, giant threat to the United States. Yes, Rox.
When I hear this balloon story, it makes me wonder how many spy balloons could be floating around right now and just match the color of the sky.
Oh, I thought you wanted to know with this whole spy balloon deal that you're thinking about going to Party City later on and getting a whole clump of balloons.
That too.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah, I mean, that too.
It's inspired me to
Go to Party City?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm sure there are. What are you saying? There are spy balloons that are sky blue.
They're just painted sky blue and some
Just kind
clouds.
of blend right in.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were silver, Roxanne, you wouldn't be able to see them from 31 miles away.
Right.
Apparently, Roxanne has some requests. You need to. We'll talk about this in
Yeah.
a second, but you need to leave early today.
I do, and we can.
All right,
yeah.
hold on to that thought. So, Roxanne. Now, I have not granted permission yet. I haven't granted shore leave yet. So hang on. I need you to plead your case on why you need to
Okay.
leave the show early today.
I can do that.
Can we do this next?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Why does Roxanne need to leave early, and what's the compelling argument she's going to make? I guess we're going to find out next on the MJ Morning Show. Are you going to hook up with the Chinese spy balloon? Is that what you're going to do?
Yes.
Yes.
Hold on. Back in a second, just getting rolling on a Friday on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 607. Here's Pat. Here's traffic. MJ Morning Show on Q105. MJ, Fester, Froggy, Roxanne. Of course, Fester is still at home as he recovers from his flare-up relapse of myasthenia gravis, this autoimmune thing, which just kind of knocks you on your butt. Fester, though, you are preparing to return to the studio on Monday. Is that the plan?
That is the plan, yes.
So after a restful weekend, you're hoping to... What's the status on your car?
The car's in good shape.
Well, did you go get a battery? Did you fix your car? Is it starting?
Yes, the battery is installed.
Did you contact the guy that sent me a message on Instagram? Because some auto guy, did you read that? I sent you a guy wanted to come fix your battery. He's a listener to the show.
So get this, an old friend of ours from years ago.
Yeah, who's that?
The guy who sent you the message on Instagram, Perez, he owns Mobility Express.
Oh, so that's the guy that I sent you the message.
Right.
And why is he, explain, why is he an old friend of ours?
Because, do you remember we had scooters in the, like mobility scooters that Froggy and I did a bunch of dumb videos with?
Yeah, we got those, like those Larks or those little hover
Yeah,
rounds.
hover rounds.
Rascals.
Rascals, there's a whole bunch of names for those things.
We got them from Mobility Express.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and you know what? Funny, Perez didn't know it either. So we're talking, and
Wait a minute, he forgot he owned the company, or he just worked there.
He owns it. He's the man.
Well, so wait a minute. Like 15 or 17 years ago, he provided us with mobility scooters, and he forgot.
It slipped his mind.
Really?
I called him yesterday.
A long time ago.
You're calling him Fares. I think it's Fares. I think it's Fares.
Okay.
You even know the guy's name?
Fares.
So Tampa Garage sends me an Instagram message regarding Fester's car because if you're not a regular listener to the show, and I encourage you to listen to the show in its entirety so you can keep up with the trials, the trip. Oh my God, you're just.
That's not me, Hudson. I told you we can't cough in here.
Yeah, we're on the air, dude. Come on, it sounds like an amateur hour crap shack in here. All right, did the kid just say I'm sorry?
Say sorry to Mr. MJ.
Sorry.
Oh,
all right, there we go. All right.
Saying sorry for coughing for him is like saying sorry for breathing. He's like, what's he supposed to do? Put hello over his face?
Yeah, he's sitting next to me playing Flappy Bird.
I'm just trying to make sure this thing doesn't sound like 99.9% of the crapbag podcasts that are out there. Everyone thinks we're a radio star with a podcast.
Listen, I think when you broadcast from home, there's an expectation of something being a little off.
Anyway, so where was I? Oh, follow everything on the MJ Morning Show. Listen to us every single morning because, listen, there are all kinds of bits and pieces and parts to the story. And the deal is with Fester at home and the myasthenia gravis recovery, Fester's car remained unused and just sitting around for a couple of weeks. And apparently the electrical system has some issues. It drained your battery. I mean, what do you want? It's a 2004, beater. And it's an old Lincoln Town car. The car goes dead. Battery will not hold a charge. You probably murdered the cells from inactivity. So I get a message after we talked about this on the show from Ferris, and it said, this is on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow. And he sent me, and my direct messages are open. You can email me at mj@mjmorningshow.com, or you can send me a direct message. He wrote, "Hi, MJ. This is Ferris, owner of Mobility Express and Tampa Garage, longtime listener, and would like to help Fester with his car battery problem. Please have him contact me." So I took a screenshot of that, and I sent it to you. And did you contact him?
So I contacted him 2 days ago.
Yeah.
He called. He messages me back yesterday morning.
Yep.
And after the show, we spoke, and we're talking. And after we talked for like 4 or 5 minutes, I said, "Have we met before?" And he goes, "I don't know." And then I reminded him, or I brought up the time that we had the mobility scooters, and I said, "I thought we got it from Mobility Express." I mentioned the location. And he goes, "You know what? You're right. Your memory's better than mine."
Wow.
That was us. And it was many years ago.
Yeah, you know what it was? It was like we did bumper cars with those old senior citizen mobility scooters, and Froggy and Fester were on these scooters.
No, we were doing like tricks on them.
You guys were like, did you build ramps? You're jumping over crap on the mobility scooters, and you're ramming into each other.
I accidentally drove one through a fence.
Oh, that's right. Like a cartoon. All right, so does he come out with his Tampa Garage business and he put a new battery in your car?
So first of all, first thing I tell him is I go, "Look, I'm not looking for a free battery here. You know, I'm not looking for that. He's like, listen, I have.
Why'd you call him then?
Well, because
why don't you just go down to Napa Auto Parts like you said, or O'Reilly?
Get
Auto
this.
Parts.
Napa
Or
Napa
AutoZone. Get in the zone.
AutoZone.
Yeah. Why didn't you go down and do that play? If you weren't looking for a free battery, why'd you contact them?
Well, here's what I said to him. I go, Napa, first of all, was out of my battery, which I was amazed by. The big distribution center was out of the battery that they used.
Yeah, there was a big run on 2004 Lincoln Town Car batteries.
That's what I said to the guy. I go, what, you're kidding me, right? And so he goes, look, I have more batteries than I know what to do with, because he has a fleet of 100 wheelchair vehicles.
Okay, what do you mean a fleet of? What is a wheelchair vehicle?
Well, Mobility Express helps people with mobility issues, and he has vans that are customized for people who need lifts and stuff.
Okay, all right. All right, so listen, just cut to the chase. What's the bottom line? Did he come out to your Lutz Palace and put in a new battery?
He's coming out today at about 10:30. He's going to send his mechanic, and it's going to be in the car, and it's going to be done and done.
And he knows what battery goes in there?
Yeah.
All right, it's like just a Duracell AA?
He was very well versed on the luxury of the 2004.
Listen, you're going to pay for this, or are you going to try to?
Yeah. I certainly have to grease the mechanic, if anything.
Well, hold on, just tip the mechanic. I mean, are you going to pay for the whole job? I mean, the battery's got to be a couple of $100.
That's what I told him. He goes,
all right.
he goes, we're happy.
Well, listen, thanks to listener Ferris from from Mobility Express and Tampa Garage. Thank you, Ferris, for reaching out to me and then sending a mechanic out to Fester's driveway to put a new battery in his car. All right, Roxanne, over to you. We got a couple of things here.
Okay.
First of all, as I'm speaking to Fester, I'm looking at you, and you're talking to yourself. You're having a complete conversation with yourself.
Sometimes that happens when I have a lot going on.
I mean, literally, I'm looking at you while I'm talking to Fester, and your lips are just going, and you're talking to yourself.
Okay, that's what I do.
What were you saying to yourself?
I think I was telling myself what time I have to leave, and I think I was telling myself what else I had to do before I left, just stuff like that. Yeah. Just
you got to talk to yourself.
Coaching myself.
I talk to myself all day.
Roxanne talks to herself and moves her hands at the same time, so it's a very dramatic pantomime self-talking.
Roxanne, are you ready to enter the courtroom?
Yes, to plead my case.
You need to plead your case on why you need to leave the MJ Morning Show early on this Friday morning, February 3, 2023.
My daughter, my 5-year-old, is receiving an award today. So I need to be in attendance for her award reception.
Oh, and what kind of an award is she receiving today?
Best Titanic Research Project.
Get out of here.
No, a student of the month.
So your kid's student of the month?
Yeah.
Woo!
And actually, you can thank Fester for this, for me leaving, because Fester was so kind. Last time I was FaceTiming Doug during an important childhood moment, and Fester was like, why are you here? You need to be there. The next time this happens, you need to be there. And I started thinking, you know what? When my kid is in counseling, talking about me throwing princess dresses in the pool and talking about certain aspects of her childhood, I do not want to add to the list. My mom was never there for anything important.
That's right. This is the 5-year-old where you got so angry that you grabbed all of her 29 princess dresses in a clump in your arms and you chucked them into the swimming pool in the back of your house and you traumatized your kid.
I heaved them into the pool. Then to retrieve them, I just jumped in my clothes.
Yep. And what time do you need to leave the MJ Morning Show this morning?
My alarm will go off for me to walk out the door at 7:40.
What? 7:40?
It's an awkward time. It's an awkward time.
You're missing half the show.
Wait, I thought you were leaving at like 9:50.
I mean, hello. I got to leave at 9:30. Got to leave a little early. You're leaving at 7:40?
Yeah, listen.
Oh, my God. Why'd you even bother coming in?
Okay.
Take a personal day.
Don't bother coming in. You're here for 9 minutes.
No.
Okay, got to go.
No.
It's awards time.
My kid got an award yesterday, and I missed it, but, you know.
Did your wife go?
Yeah, she went.
What award did your kid win?
Honor roll student. You know,
Oh,
you
wow.
know, just
Yeah, but one of like probably 100 other kids, though,
well,
right?
one of like 10.
Yeah, one of 300. So
10?
Well, that's very nice that your kid's on the honor roll.
Very
The
good, both of
literacy
them.
rate at Froggy's kids' school is very low, so it was really only 10.
Roxanne, 740. I
Not
mean,
true.
You're welcome to call me on the phone,
I don't
and
know.
I'll be available.
I don't need to call you on the phone.
Well, maybe you do, because there's so many things I've been sending you that you keep saying that we're going to do, and we never get to.
Well, I
Listen to
was going
her.
to do them all after 7:40 this morning, but you're leaving.
I mean, starting at 7:50 was the big Roxanne block of segments.
Yeah, it's all the Roxanne material that we haven't gotten to in the last 6 months. The whole rest of the show is going to be all Roxanne material that we haven't gotten to, but you're leaving at 7:40.
So, Roxanne, what time?
Why don't you just leave now at 6:30? Just leave now.
Just beat traffic. Go get breakfast.
Just go right now. Yeah, go to Waffle House before the big awards ceremony.
I'll be back after the awards ceremony, so
What?
maybe you guys will still be on,
What's
because
the
I'll be
point?
back to do my middays.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
you got to come back?
Uh-huh.
Oh, man, kids are a hassle, aren't they?
I mean,
man,
you know,
tell me
it's all
about
worth it.
All right,
Right.
listen, yes, of course you can leave at 7:40 to, I don't know, go to some award ceremony because your daughter's student of the month. I thought she was a giant pain in the ass. How'd she win student of the month?
She's a good kid when I am not around. That's it.
Oh, is that the story? When I'm not around, she's really, really good.
When it's just me,
That's no joke.
she's her true self.
All right, 6:30, rolling up on 6:31. It is the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. When we get back in minutes, we will whip out the... anthem means only one thing. It is time for the early Morons in the News. Let's start with a golf ball in the butt.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Oh, my God is 100% right here. I don't know how the hell this happened.
This is the best Morons in the News ever.
Now, I don't do a lot of foreign stories, but when there is a foreign story that is of interest, I will. Well, my whole philosophy is there are enough domestic morons in the news. There are plenty of morons here in the United States of America, so I don't need to go to foreign sources. But when I see an X-ray of a golf ball up a kid's butt, I'll make an exception. I've got questions here. A 14-year-old boy in Australia. Oh, crikey.
There's so many inappropriate, hole-in-one jokes.
Well, that's what one of the lines is in the story. A hole-in-one. Yep.
Child.
Well, listen, the story says talk about a hole-in-one. Doctors in Australia had to remove a foreign object trapped in a 14-year-old boy's intestine after he put the golf ball up his butt.
Why?
Mind if I play through? What is going on here? Again, Froggy, yes. Why?
Is it just for the views?
This is from a, this is for social media. Is this for his YouTube channel?
All right, today's stunt.
I got a YouTube channel called Things I Put Up My Butt.
Oh, I'd subscribe to that.
How many YouTube channels are you on now?
Oh, I got 310. Subscribe to a lot of good stuff.
Dude, how do you have time to do anything else with all of your monkeying around on YouTube all day long?
My YouTube stands by me all day as I monkey around.
Yeah, we know. Anyway, so this was published in a medical journal last month. While X-rays seemed to show the teen experimented with a round white egg, it was actually a golf ball that was pictured making its way to his sigmoid colon, the last section of the large intestine that connects to the rectum. The boy, whose name was not disclosed, reportedly panicked when he couldn't dispose of the golf ball by natural purposes, so he told his mother, who then rushed him to the Royal Adelaide Hospital. My brother might have actually worked there. Hold on, seriously, my brother Drew did a whole year. He did a whole fellowship of surgery with some doctor with two first names.
Really?
I swear, in Adelaide. Hold on a minute. Hang on a minute.
Wait, was he there with the butt kid?
No, I don't think that Dr. Schnitt was called in for the butt procedure.
All right, 6:42. Let me see if my brother Drew is awake. He sure as hell should be. I'm working. Hello, good morning, Drew. It's your brother live on the air. Are you with me?
What's going on?
Hey, buddy. Hey, quick question. When you were in Adelaide, Australia, what hospital did you work at?
I worked at a few hospitals.
List them. What hospitals did you work at? Which ones?
I worked at the Royal Adelaide Hospital.
Bingo!
Wow.
Look at that. Boom, right off the bat. Holy crap. Listen, Drew, we're calling you because a 14-year-old kid in Australia shoved a golf ball up his butt, and he was
Morning.
He was rushed to the Royal Adelaide Hospital, and I said my brother worked in Adelaide for a year, working for some doctor, some well-known doctor. My brother did a fellowship with a doctor with two first names. What was it, Freddie or something?
David.
Oh, David. There we go.
Awful.
The doctor's name was David. And he's isn't he a well-known craniofacial expert?
That's true.
All right. So the minute I saw this 14-year-old kid rush to the Royal Adelaide Hospital, and that's the first hospital where you listed as working when you were there for a year.
That's true.
Wait a second. So David didn't marry another man and take his last name, which he started off as David and happened to be David. He was born with that. His parents gave him that name. Double D.
So his last name was David, and his parents named him David for a first name?
You know, it'd be funny.
Yeah, apparently it went through the family for generations. He
Wow.
was, the third or more of David. They were like English and Lebanese descent.
Wow.
Bunch of weirdos.
What about his first cousin? Pizza.
Right?
So they're like David the third.
All right, Drew, I'll let you get back to work, but I just wanted to know if you worked at the hospital where the kid was taken with the golf ball shoved up his butt.
It's a great way to start your day.
Yeah.
All right, buddy, are you home or at work already?
I'm at work.
All right, man, have a good one.
Bye.
Why do all doctors talk the same?
He said, well, he's a ball of fire this morning,
Yeah.
isn't
Tell
he?
you what, it's like talking to my sister. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Boy,
So
your poor mother, man. She couldn't have two different kids.
Right? She had extremes.
doctors tried to remove the golf ball with various devices, a suction cup, medical net, looped snare.
What about a little lube?
How about that grabber that like old people grab like boxes out of the top of the cabinet
Yeah.
with?
Yeah.
How about a grab? Just you stick one of those grabbers up there. Anyway, they were able to get the golf ball out, and wow.
I heard they used a claw from the claw machine.
Give him some colon blow.
Seriously, why couldn't you have like just laid him down on a table and body slammed him or something? Something would have come out.
You want to hear about the worst mother-in-law ever?
Oh, yeah.
Mother-in-law accused of stealing $6,000 while babysitting.
Wow, that's
Can you imagine you're babysitting your grandkid and you steal $6,000 from your
Son?
your grandchildren's parents? This comes to us courtesy of the Village's News, and of course, a couple of times a week, the Village's News. Yeah, home of America's stickiest fingered grandmas, apparently. Listen to this. A mother-in-law accused of stealing $6,000 in cash while babysitting. Rebecca Nixon Clifford, 57. I'm looking at her mugshot, man. That's a rough 57, man. I'm 57.
A lot of trail dust on her, huh?
All right, Froggy, I want initial reaction here. Let me hand you this picture with her mugshot,
Please.
and take a look at the woman.
Go!
All right. I thank you.
Is that a wig?
I don't know what is going on here. Roxanne, here, please take a look, and I want you to hand it back to me when you're done. Give me your first impression of her mugshot.
It's kind of catches you off guard.
It's like,
Do me a favor, Andrew. Could you please get this on stories mentioned on the MJ Morning Show? Yeah, if you could grab this, put it up so people can see the mugshot. Stories, we'll put this up momentarily, mjmorningshow.com. Stories mentioned on the MJ Morning Show. If you click on that, it's just a list of crap we talk about. So, Rebecca Nixon Clifford of Bellevue, Florida, was arrested this week by the Marion County Sheriff's deputies, a felony charge of grand theft. She routinely watched the children for her daughter-in-law while she was at work, according to the arrest report. The daughter-in-law began discovering the cash was missing from the home, dating back to last October. It added up to $6,000. The daughter-in-law checked her internal security camera footage and found images of Clifford searching through dresser drawers, a closet, a nightstand, a purse, looking for the money. She was arrested at her home. I mean, you can't work. Let me ask you a question. If your mother-in-law is stealing from you and you got him dead to rights, you got this surveillance, don't you kind of try to work things out first and say, give me the money back? Listen, let's make this easy.
$6,000?
Give me the money back. I mean, what does it take to call the sheriff's office and have your mother-in-law arrested, the grandmother of your children? I mean, that's a pretty significant step to not work things out internally to say, hey, give me the money back now or else we're going to have a problem. To actually call the police and have her cuffed and stuffed and arrested.
it's a big step, and you've pretty much lost a babysitter, too.
Yeah,
You can't go to her
that's
on
true,
nights
yeah.
out again.
child care is so important.
Yeah, Clifford was arrested at her home. She told deputies that she had already hired a lawyer. She was booked at the Marion County Jail, released after posting $2,000 bond, which probably came from the $6,000 that she stole from her daughter-in-law. Oh, man. I'm looking at her mugshot. That is a rough 57.
It's
Her hair
like
looks good.
Yeah, her hair looks good, and she has a considerable amount of eye makeup on, but it's not distracting from the weathered look.
That's a nice way to put it. It's a very weathered look.
Yeah.
Looks like she was left out during Hurricane Ian down in Fort Myers. That's what it looks like.
Lobster fisher woman.
Oh, would you say a lobster fisher woman?
Whenever you see movies about lobster catchers.
Oh, ragged and rugged.
I love lobster catcher movies.
Man, this lady is... All right, we'll get this thing up on the MJ Morning Show website. We'll have it up momentarily. Stories mentioned on the MJ Morning Show. You know what I have next? We have a collection. Fester, are you yawning?
I might have been.
Yeah, I think I just heard a yawn. Am I boring you? Or are you?
I mean, it's early.
All right, just checking.
Yawn, yeah.
All right, of course, Fester's still at home. Hopefully back on Monday. When we get back, I've got a pile of school stories, man. I got a bad principal story. Bad principal. Also, remember the teacher that made porn in a classroom and got fired? We've got an update on her. And I've got a 13-year-old girls basketball team story that is unbelievable. So if you're headed to school, whether you're a student, whether you're faculty, you got to hear the pile. It's like school moron stories next. And we'll get to that momentarily here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by. 5 at 7:01 here on a Friday. Hopefully everyone has a fabulous weekend planned. Yeah, Roxanne was just telling me something that she's doing. If we have time before you have to leave soon for your child special award ceremony for being one of the project managers on the nuclear fission discovery.
Yes, she's quite bright for 5.
Impressive.
Yeah, really. Roxanne's leaving in 39 minutes. So Roxanne said,
"Enjoy me."
Yeah,
enjoy me while you have
Roxanne
me.
said, "I got to leave early this morning. We thought it was going to be like 9 o'clock or something. Nope, 7:40." So, hey, quickly before I get into the early school moron stories, and we got a couple of goodies here. You just mentioned that next week the Howard Franklin Bridge is going to be closed for a little spell on, Monday night, Tuesday morning?
Right, it will be. So southbound Howard Franklin Bridge to close Monday to Tuesday for construction work. A portion of it, we're talking about the southbound portion of it into Pinellas, between 11 p.m. Monday, February 6th, until 5 a.m. Tuesday,
So
February
where?
7th.
But what part of the bridge? I mean, if you're on the Tampa side, are you going to be able to get on the bridge if you're heading? Are they going to close the whole damn thing?
Yes,
What are they gonna,
it's closing the southbound lanes of the bridge.
Oh, wow. All right. So
Now, northbound I-275 will remain open across the Howard Franklin.
right, but southbound 275 across the Howard Franklin is going to be closed, and that's going to be late Monday night into Tuesday morning.
Right.
And typically they do like 11 p.m. to 5 a.m., right?
Yeah,
yes,
that's what she said.
yes.
So, right, 11 a.m.
11 p to 5 a.
11 p to 5 a. You know, we use the bridge. I'm on the bridge anywhere from like 5:30 to 5:45, and I'm wondering if there's some kind of a delay, whether I should even mess with the Howard Franklin Bridge, or if I should just take the longer way for me and head down West Shore, take the Gandy.
Unless, what do you think? There's going to be like some big line of traffic waiting to get on it at 5 a.m. that's going to have to clear out?
Listen,
I think it'd be fine at 5:30.
Let's say they don't get it done in time. Let's say there's some kind of a delay and there is a backup or something. Yeah, so I got to think about. I'll check the map.
Yeah.
Because in my car you go to the GPS and if there's traffic, there's a big ominous nasty red line that shows all the nasty traffic jams. All right, we've got Morons in the News School Edition here. This is not good for your principal job at school when you're caught keying a car in a Publix parking lot. And you're a school principal. It's like, say what?
Ooh. I mean,
right here in Florida.
You have the power. Like, you can punish somebody another way. You don't need to do it surreptitiously.
Yeah, you could punch out their windows. Like I saw a video of a guy getting in a confrontation with another guy.
Yeah.
The guy gets out of the car. He has something in his hand like this, and he goes, "Pa-pa, pa-pa," and they just blew out 2 windows in like 2 seconds.
What? Like,
it was like some sort of puncher.
Like No Country for Old Men?
Yeah, sort of like
with,
that.
With the little thing to the pneumatic cattle killer?
Let me put this through your head. Yeah, and it's just, I guess they make some sort of like, they make some sort of window breaker thing that you just hold up to the window and it goes, "Pah!" And just blows it out.
that's you're supposed to have those inside your car.
The guy's like, "What the hell?" He didn't key him. He blew out his window.
Wait, you saw this?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's on YouTube. I can show it to you.
Oh no! Oh, you didn't see this in person.
I follow a YouTube channel with
oh my God! What car
confrontations?
You follow a car vandalism YouTube channel as well?
Yeah.
What don't you follow? That we need to. I need a list of what you don't follow versus what you follow. Everything.
You sent us a good one last night.
What was it? I forget.
Busting pedophiles locally.
Oh, yeah, those are always good.
All right, let me give you the details of the story. So this is over in St. Cloud. So Kissimmee, St. Cloud. We're heard over there. I mean, you can hear Q105. So good morning to all listeners in Kissimmee, St. Cloud area. A Florida high school principal charged with criminal mischief. Why? Caused thousands of dollars in damage to a car in a Publix parking lot, according to Wesh TV 2, Channel 2 NBC in Orlando. Nathaniel Fancher, who is the principal of St. Cloud High School, was cuffed and stuffed. This dude was taken into custody, Fester, for an alleged incident that happened last Thursday. Fancher was accused of keying the entire length of somebody's car, causing $3,000 in damage.
Mr. Fincher.
Yeah. Fancher, F-A-N, not Fencher, not F-E-N, but F-A-N, accused of keying the entire length of someone's car, $3,000 in damages. The Osceola County School District confirmed Fancher's criminal charge, but did not provide details about the alleged keying. He was booked into the Osceola County Jail on a criminal mischief charge. He has since bonded out. The details from the sheriff's office, apparently, are as follows, that he got into some kind of confrontation with another driver, and he is seen on video. Once the car was keyed, the police were called, and the Publix management team, they went back to their surveillance video because they've got cameras in the parking lot, and you can see the guy with his Publix shopping bags. He moves one of the bags to his other hand, and then he walks by the side of the car and runs
No way.
down the whole side of the car. This guy's a principal of this high school in St. Cloud.
These parking lot cams are really, really great cameras. It's not like how it used to be where they were just, grainy, broad cameras where you really couldn't make anything out other than colors and figures. They can zoom in. They can see your license plate. They track you to back when you were in the store, when you were in line.
Dude, how do you know so much about this? Were you caught doing something at a Publix parking lot?
Dude, I am aware of all kinds of surveillance that I'm potentially under. Supermarkets are no joke. They never pinch you for shoplifting at supermarkets, but they will go back on the tape and get you for vandalism in the parking lot.
The school district put out a statement to parents earlier this week. We firmly believe that one of our school's many strengths is in the open communication lines that we've built with our Bulldog family. As such, I feel it's important to let you know that the St. Cloud Police Department has arrested Principal Fancher for a What?
Stop it.
What is the metallic noise back there?
Hudson, bring that over. Stop.
All right. Some cereal?
So Hudson walks in my room, and I have one of those Tampa Bay Rays cowbells.
Oh,
and
my God. Those are the most annoying things on the planet.
All right, stop. Put it down. Put it down.
Fester's at home, obviously.
Get out of here.
All right.
Are you ready for school? Are you ready for school?
Golly.
Say hi to Mr. MJ.
Hi.
Okay.
Good morning.
Get out of here now.
morning.
Go eat some Fruit Loops or something.
Give the kid sugar. That's a good idea. Give the kid a bowl full of sugar.
Do we have Fruity Pebbles? Go have Fruity Pebbles.
How about just sugary sugar? Do we have any sugary sugar? Let me just pour some milk and a mound of sugar.
Yum.
Put extra sugar on top of the Fruity Pebbles, okay? All right, and have a chocolate milk. Have a good day, kid. All right. Hey, Huddy, don't take any crap from anybody, okay? All right, get out of here. Go. All right, go.
What is he running this?
Can I finish with the message now from the school district to the parents?
That's my message to the kids every day at school. Hey, don't take any crap from anybody.
There we go.
Right.
As such, I feel it's important to let you know that St. Cloud Police Department has arrested Principal Fancher for a criminal mischief incident that took place outside of school last week. Until the outcome of the law enforcement investigation and associated proceedings are complete, Mr. Fancher will be on administrative leave from the school. Man, how to screw up your school principal job, key a car at Publix after some kind of an altercation. What do you think it was? You think like a car zipped in front of him and took the spot, and then on the way out he decided to key the whole side of the car?
Somebody parked in his principal spot.
That means he was going through the store just stewing, thinking if that guy's still there when I get back.
Nearly $4,000 in damage, like $3,800 in damage to the car with this key job. Do you remember the story we did a couple of months back about the teacher that made porn in a classroom and then was fired?
Yeah.
I thought this was horrific. I mean, what are you doing? And the teacher's like, well, no kids were around. Well, you're doing stuff in a classroom where kids are taught. It's unacceptable.
And you're supposed to be planning on your planning period, not...
Happened in Arizona. The story, Samantha Peer, 28. She worked at Thunderbolt Lightning School. No, just Thunderbolt Middle School.
Jeez.
Can you imagine? What is the mascot? Is it like the lightning bug or something?
No, it's a Thundera.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is at Arizona's Thunderbolt Middle School. Former teacher, though, here's the update. She was shooting porno in a classroom, and now The update on the story is she's vowing revenge on the so-called family friend that exposed her and her racy OnlyFans account.
Oh, great. Was she into voodoo?
Now we're going to have to watch this to see what the revenge is going to be. She's vowing revenge. She's wants to go after her traitorous friend and teach the friend a serious lesson.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Her name is Peer. Her real name, Samantha Peer. And her stage name is Chloe Carter. Both with K's, Chloe Carter. Quit her job, issued an online apology, saying that she and her teacher husband filmed the kinky scene as a way to supplement their salaries. So they're both teachers, husband and wife teacher team at this middle school, and they're shooting a porno in the school. Unacceptable.
So he obviously got fired too. Right?
Apparently.
The focus seems to be more on her, but yeah. Okay, so they're both out. Why do you always say, is it porn or porno?
It's, I think, either or. Porno, because
Okay.
it's pornography.
Like filming a porno.
It's porn or porno. I mean,
I feel
either.
like porno's antiquated.
I don't think so. I think they're both acceptable.
If you need a,
What if
If
they
you need
use
a
this
porno-
music? They have this music
Yes.
in the background. But she's now vowing revenge against the friend. All right, the last school story that we have.
oh, it's the Thundercats, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. It's the Thundercats out at the Thunderbolt Middle School in Arizona. I can't believe this. How did they think they'd get away with this? An assistant high school girls basketball coach has been fired because she went into the game impersonating a 13-year-old girl. Say what?
She was balling.
What? An assistant girls basketball coach in Virginia has been relieved of her duties, accused of impersonating a 13-year-old junior varsity basketball player on her team and actually going into the game as a 13-year-old player. And she's a 22-year-old coach, Churchland High School in Portsmouth.
Okay, so you think she just did this on her own? Don't you think she had to have either another player or coaches aware of what she was
they're all
doing?
in on it.
They were all
I'm pretty
aware.
sure
What?
they all
Hold
know.
on.
They're all in on it.
What, the other coaches and the girls on the team didn't know that the assistant coach at 22 went in playing the part of a 13-year? They all knew.
Hey,
It was-
the new
it was-
point guard looks like Coach Rachel.
Yeah, it's the other team that didn't know, but then
I
mean,
know, but
necessarily.
the whole team should get in trouble then, not just the coach.
Anyway,
There's a clip of a kid going up for a layup, and she smacks the ball away so hard. The footage is hilarious.
Exactly.
She's like almost dunking.
this is the craziest damn thing. And Portsmouth is in southeastern Virginia, where I grew up a good portion of my life. Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Chesapeake, Portsmouth, Newport News, Hampton area. My dad's business was in Portsmouth.
That's the only way I could think of making middle school girls basketball watchable is to throw a couple of adults in there.
There you go. 7:14 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back in minutes, ladies and gentlemen, something that I witnessed at Costco on Saturday that I didn't bring up. There was some language at the checkout stand at Costco. All right? I'll explain in just a matter of moments. Also, Roxanne will be leaving the show in the next segment. She's going. The latest on the Chinese spy balloon. And the question, will Fester fit? a new feature on the show. Will Fester fit? All on the way on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, two college brothers. They are. Show on Q105, 724, rolling up on 725, and this is it. This begins the long, extended, uninterrupted chunk of the MJ Morning Show. And if you like what you hear when you get to your destination, make sure you continue listening on a regular radio or on an app. You can listen to us on all of the apps on your smartphone. iHeart app, the TuneIn app, the Odyssey app, the MyQ105 app, MJMorningshow.com is listen live. MJ Morning Show, simple as that. All right, I got to talk about my Costco situation. And I mentioned earlier in the week that I went to Costco on Saturday, and I did it in the middle of the Gasparilla Parade. And I thought, oh, man, this is going to be a great time to go to Costco in the middle of the Gasparilla Parade. You know, people think that, you know, when Gasparilla hits, like the whole town shuts down, everyone's down there. Quite the opposite. I couldn't find a parking spot. I had to park on the lawn at Ford's garage. I parked on their shrubs. You
parked inside the restaurant with their other old-fashioned cars.
I pushed that Model T right out of the way. Sorry, Steve Schleman. I apologize. All right, so I go into Costco, do my shopping. You know, get the assorted things I wanted. Big block of Locatelli Romano cheese. Got some of that Korean barbecue jerky, which I like. That's good stuff. Incidentally, yeah, I needed copy machine paper, for all my show prep. I'll tell you what, man, talk about prices going up. I paid like $28 for a case. This is like a year ago. I paid like $28 a case for the 5,000 sheets, the 10 reams, the case of copy machine paper. Paid like $28 or $29 a year ago. And at Costco this past weekend, same case of paper was now $39.99 or something, like almost $40 for this.
That's why I steal mine from the office.
Hey, dude, you got to reset your connection. You're getting all bubbly again. So just a mess. So listen to this. I'm at Costco. I'm checking out. And by the way, Fester's at home, so you just heard his little
A little garble.
But is that his internet? Does he have like crappy low-speed internet?
I don't know.
Is that he's going to reconnect here at any second.
He's talking into a computer.
Yeah, I know he's talking into a computer.
I mean,
he's talking into the little. We told him to hook up a real microphone, but he insists on talking into the little pinhole on his Microsoft Surface.
It's funny. He has a whole podcast setup at his house.
Oh, yeah. All right. Fester is reconnect. Hey, Fester, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, much better connection.
Oh, yeah.
I'm at Costco, got my whole basket full of stuff. I'm checking out, and as I'm pushing up, they've got the cashier, and then a lot of times on busy days, they have the helper at the checkout stand.
Of course.
Yeah, just to put everything back in your cart, right?
The helper's almost, taking things out of your cart for you, or they're managing if you've got items that don't need to leave the cart, like the 4 boxes of copy machine paper that I bought. That didn't need to leave the cart. So they're traffic copping that. They're managing all that. But as I'm pushing up to get to my spot to get checked out, I hear, and I've got, this is language, folks. There's language here, so I gotta be very clear and honest here. I gotta be able to tell the story, but I can't say the actual words on the air because that would be an FCC violation. But as I'm pushing the cart up, I hear the helper tell the cashier, "She's an effing B." I'm like, what?
Really?
Yes.
That vulgar?
Yeah. I hear, "She's an effing B."
Referring to who?
Well, I then, without missing a beat, I said, "Who's an effing
God,
B?"
you're so annoying.
I'm the same way, man. If I would have heard that, I would have been like, "Oh my God, isn't she such a?"
Hey, Fester, back off your mic on your little pinhole on your Surface. You're a little too over-modulated now.
Listen, I walk in on conversations like that, MJ. I'm the same way. I get right into it.
Yeah,
Really? Who are we talking about?
Exactly. So I said, and listen, I'm being very clear here. I'm not angry. I was not offended.
No.
So I'm not trying to get anyone in trouble. I'm not an angry Costco customer. I'm a happy Costco customer. But if I hear the helper at the checkout line telling the cashier, "Oh, she's such an effing B," immediately said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Who's the effing B?" And she said, "Oh, you want to see?" And then she points. then the helper points like 4 or 5 checkout stands over and says, "See that lady over there with the white hair? She's the effing B." And I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, this is my best Costco experience ever. And I'm like, I said, "Why is she an effing B?" And she said, "Oh, she's all up in everyone's business and complains about everything."
Karen.
She had every right to call her that, right?
So that's my Costco F to the B story.
God, you always stick your beak in people's business.
Yeah,
Dude,
sticky beak,
hey,
sticky beak.
Hey, Fester is saying the exact same thing.
I'm the same way. One time I was at a grocery store and like the manager said something really curt to the cashier, right?
Really
like,
curt?
Like just like really not in a mean way, but just like in a belittling way to the cashier, and it was like inappropriate to do in front of a customer. And I look at the cashier, I go, "Would you like for me to go kick his ass right now? I mean, you want me to have words with him right now? I'll take him out to the parking lot, kick his ass for you right now." Yeah, I have no problem shucking and jiving with the cashier, but if I hear somebody say, or I get into a conversation, or I overhear something, I'm right into it.
I'm very happy with what I did, and I
That's
was
jive, man.
I was happy with my interaction, and I would do the same thing all over again. And it was just great where she said, "Hey, you want to see the F&B? The F&B is right over there. See that?
I'll show you."
I'll show you.
But she was saying it for real.
Points right to her. Oh yeah.
She must have just had an altercation with the
Yeah,
bee.
this is great. Fights with employees at Costco. I think one of my favorite pastimes now. Hey, Roxanne, I know you got to leave in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Roxanne's going to an award ceremony for her 5-year-old daughter at school. And can I ask, what is you're like pushing this? Are you going to the audition tonight? Is that it?
Yeah, I'm going to a wedding.
Oh, you're going to a wedding.
Yeah. So-
Open bar.
Yeah, Roxanne, during the break, she's like, "Oh, have you been there? Oh, probably not, because you can't get in. It's impossible to get it." So, Roxanne,
It's like Dorcia?
Are you trying to one-up me?
Yes, Dorcia.
Are you trying to one-up me here and like, "Hey, MJ, you can't get into this place, but I'm going tonight, and it's exclusive and this." So, Roxanne, you're headed to what the hell is the place called?
It's called the Edition Hotel in Tampa.
And I've heard of that. Now, that's down in downtown. That's in, what do they call it? Water
the Water
Street.
Street
The
District.
Water Street.
Oh, yay. Can I make a confession?
Confess.
I have never been to Water Street.
All right, so I was down by Water Street during the holidays,
Yep.
and it was absolutely beautiful. The trees were lit up. I've never seen the city look that nice before.
I have not been there. I mean,
Fester, you're right.
full confession, full MJ confession here.
Beautiful.
I have not been down to Water Street once. I don't even know what it looks like. You know, I pass by. If I'm on the crosstown and I'm passing by Amalie Arena, and you can see, all the new construction, and I can look into Water Street off of the crosstown, but that's as close as I've gotten to Water Street.
It's just now starting to look less like a construction mess, and you're starting to really.
What are you saying? Like last week, it looked like a construction site?
Over the last 3 years,
Right.
downtown's been a nightmare around the old Sparkman Wharf, Channel Side area.
Hey, so what are you saying, Roxanne, that I can't get into the audition? I'm not good enough to get into. You can't get in. Don't
I
even
can't get
try.
in.
All right,
I can't get in. I'm just going to a wedding there. But the restaurants, I've heard it's very difficult to book a reservation there. I was telling you about one, Lilac, I think it's the prefix menu. How do you say it?
Price
fix,
prefix.
whatever.
What are all these words?
Price fix menu.
Price fix menu. So I can't get in there myself. I'm not trying to rub it in your face.
You're
Maybe just a
bragging.
little tiny bit. But I have a lot of people have been to this new Tampa hotel. They also have
So
one
wait,
in
who are
Miami.
these people that that can get in? We can't get in. It's
Tom Brady.
impossible to get in.
Meredith.
So who are all the people that can get in?
I saw Meredith post pictures of herself at the
Meredith?
audition.
Oh,
She
God.
got
Superstar.
in? Oh.
all right.
And-
MJ, I'm sitting here at home, and I can overhear everything you guys are saying.
Right.
And for the last 3 commercial breaks,
Yes.
Roxanne somehow worked in this hoity-toity hotel
Exactly.
with this super high-end place, and she gives you like 2 pieces of information and then a subtle passive-aggressive insult. Like, MJ, this is the nicest restaurant in town. MJ, everybody's dying to get in there.
You haven't been there?
And then it's like, oh, you probably can't get in. She said she called it I think she called it a Grand Prix menu the first time. That's what she's like, they have like a Grand Prix menu. And it's super high end. And I'm only going because I'm in a wedding, but you've probably never been.
Hey, Fester, back off your mic. It's a little distorted.
Stop telling you can't do that the whole show.
But I don't want to hear him distorted the whole show either from his home microphone.
Give me a code word instead of that. Give me like say
right,
Belchy
booger
or something. Booger.
Booger.
Say booger. Just work in booger and I'll back off the mic.
All right, very good.
Yeah, Fester, do you like the Roxanne and MJ chit chat in the off air? We try to out fancy each other.
I don't know. What are you talking about? I don't
You
try to
are a
out fancy you.
fancy-
You're coming to me during the commercial break saying,
Today.
"Look at this. I'm going to the Edition, and you can't get in, and it's an exclusive, and this and that."
I've known MJ longer than anybody, and I'll say he's a pretty fancy guy.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not.
I
hold
think
on.
so.
Hey, booger.
Listen, but
Booger.
Booger.
All right,
Booger.
fine. But he doesn't out fancy people.
Yes, he does.
No, I
he
don't.
He does.
No, he doesn't. If I say, "Hey, I went to Carrabba's for dinner last night," he's not going to say, "Oh, I went to Venice for dinner last night." He's not a one-upper.
Well, he's not going to
What are you
out
talking
fancy
about?
you maybe like right at that millisecond,
He says
but
he goes
later
to
he's going
Italy.
to do it.
He
Yeah.
goes to Italy just to have pizza.
Oh, you stop it.
Exactly.
Not at somebody else's expense.
I might have gone to Caiazzo to have Pepe and Grani.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
I might have done that.
Yeah.
That's out fancying.
But you're not a one-upper. But then Roxanne's like, "Oh, you could never get in there." though."
Exactly. I'm not a one-upper. Now, is this Edition, is this the new 5-star hotel, or is there a different 5-star hotel that's now down at Water Street?
I believe that's it.
Is it a
If there
Hyatt
I
or a
don't-
Hilton, or is it? I read somewhere that we have our first 5-star hotel in downtown Tampa.
I assume that's
Wow.
it.
I want to open a really crappy hotel and name it 5-star hotel.
And it's a 1-star. It's like Hostel, where they're like pulling out your teeth with pliers.
Cutting your
Froggy.
Achilles tendons.
Froggy.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
it
speaking
is
of-
the Edition. It's Tampa's first 5-star hotel. There's
There
one
we
in
go.
Miami.
You know
too.
what? Why did they invite me there to spend the night to check it out?
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Hey,
None of us. I didn't get invited.
Hey, Edition. Hey, general manager at the Edition. Why haven't I been invited? We're one of the premier morning shows in the Tampa Bay market, and
You're going to get invited to the new Subtraction Hotel opening.
not the Edition.
Subtraction.
It's not addition like math class. It's
No, it's
edition.
Edition. Edition.
You know what? I just got tired of
Thanks,
the
Fess.
stories about going to Pont restaurant, and I just had to put the Edition in your face.
Pont, yeah. Well, because you haven't been to Pont yet?
Yeah.
Pont is great, by the way.
Can I recommend
Yeah.
Burns with a B? I'm
Yeah.
going tonight.
Yeah.
Or Burns
So-
with a U?
MJ.
Do I need to make a reservation for you at Pont Modern American?
I think you do.
That is fantastic.
Is that place hard to get in?
Listen, it's one
Everywhere
of the,
is
It's
now.
one of the most all the good places in town. We've grown so much. It's tough to get some of the reservations.
I can get right into Village Inn.
Speaking of fancy, let me move on here. Something's bugging me. And Roxanne, what is your real drop dead time? How long?
You
3
have
minutes?
4 minutes
Oh, great.
of this.
Let me talk about fancy for a minute because this is bothering me. On the way out yesterday, I said, you know what? I'm gonna go to the bathroom before I get into the car because I'm hitting the bridge, and so it's just a quick little number one. But I went downstairs.
Wow.
Okay, that's a lot.
That's a lot of
information.
information.
I'm sorry.
That's a lot.
In our office building, I went into the bathroom downstairs.
That's a nice one.
And it is a luxury palace compared to the bathroom we have up on our floor.
What have I been telling you about that?
Why the disparity? Downstairs,
The
there's-
lawyer bathroom.
It's the lawyer bathroom. They've got this Pelletier and whatever lawyers are right below us, and their bathroom is like something I would imagine at the Edition. I think it's like
They modeled.
it's like the toilets you're going to be using at the Edition. 5-star toilets.
They actually
later
always
on.
have paper towel, too, which is
But wait
crazy.
a minute. They also have nice fixtures in there. Their sinks, their handles. They've got the really nice automatic flushing toilets. We've got to touch our toilet handles to flush. What is going on? Why the despair? You know what? Hang on a minute.
Yeah, what is the bathroom?
I'm calling up that
bathroom
answering
experience?
service lady again. Hang on a minute. I got a problem.
Oh no.
Did you
Hang on
go
a
in the unisex suite?
No, the
That one's even-
regular men's bathroom.
Dude,
All right,
the unisex one is nice.
I am calling. Listen,
Especially
I'm
you.
calling the office park. Hey, Andrew, pick up the phone. I'm calling the office park management office here at Bay Point, and they typically have an answering service that answers in the early morning hours. Now, remember they answered last time with the elevator being busted?
Yeah.
And she came on the air with us, and she took down dictation of my entire rant. What do you mean voicemail? How's their voicemail?
She's looking at you, caller ID, and she's like,
Yeah,
No, I don't want to hold music. Just
I think 7 o'clock is the cutoff time.
hang on a minute. Let me call back. Hang on a minute.
I think 7 o'clock is cutoff time for.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because we called like at 6:40.
Hang on a minute.
Oh, they only take calls till 7 a.m.?
Oh, wait a second. Oh, we have somebody?
Service.
All right, Andrew has him on the phone. Can you tell him it's the MJ Morning Show calling from the Koger building, and we need to talk to them live on the air, that I got a message for management, and see if they'll talk to us. Is it the same lady? No? Oh, what was the lady's name? Oh, I hope they didn't fire her because she was great.
Oh, he fired her over us.
Oh, I hope not because she was great. I love talking to her.
You're fired.
I hope not.
she got things done.
Are you really packing up now? Roxanne's leaving at
She's gotta leave
7:40.
You're like,
A
are you
minute.
really leaving? Yes, I'm really leaving.
It is exactly 7:30. It's 7:40 right now, and you are leaving because your kid has
Students?
an
She's
important award.
Yes.
your kids. Andrew, what happened? Why they wouldn't go on the air with us? Oh, but we need the old lady back. The lady that would go on the. I know we need her back.
What was her name again?
All right, listen. I was going to leave a
Jackie.
message for our management office here at the office park that I was downstairs in the Pelletier lawyer's bathroom right in the lobby, and it is like a show place. It's a showcase. And then our bathroom's like a bathroom at a Greyhound bus station, for crying out loud.
It is.
I've been to
The lady.
Greyhound stations. Our bathroom's not that nice.
It's like a Flying J
But
bathroom.
seriously, what is going on? Why the disparity? Why do they have nice bathrooms downstairs with auto flushing toilets, and we've got I got needles, on the floor.
Yeah, usually the higher you go, the better it gets, right? You don't have the
I mean,
the
We're
needles.
the bottom of the barrel, dude.
You'd think.
the needles are because you work at a radio station.
No,
but-
I'm kidding. All right, there are no booger.
Booger.
All right, there,
Hey, Fester.
Yes, Rob.
I'll see you on Monday, big boy. Feel better.
Whoa,
Gross.
whoa.
No, I mean, he's literally one of my
Hey,
big
MJ.
boys. Come on.
MJ, listen.
Yes.
If Froggy and I dressed up like homeless men, how long do you think it would take for that fancy hotel that Roxanne's going to take to kick us out?
I could just walk in like this.
I mean, we just walk in like bums and just sit there in the furniture in the lobby.
Roxanne's got to leave. Congratulations
Thank
on your
you.
daughter winning some award today, and I think it's fully acceptable for you to leave early to do the mommy thing. Although I thought you were going to leave at like 9 o'clock, not 7:40.
Hey,
I got
if
to
you-
go too. My kid's getting an award at 8.
If you need me for the next 30 minutes, I'll be available. And then
thank
I'll be
you.
back for middays.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, I'm gonna get Michelle on in a few minutes to take the female place because I've got Michelle Mania we've got to deal with.
Ooh, is that like a wrestling event?
Well, I'm going to explain. I've got Michelle Mania coming up in just a matter of moments on the MJ Morning Show, so stand by. I have, and Fester, we're going to play Will Fester Fit in just a matter of moments. That's also another feature this morning, Will Fester Fit. First, though, this really is intriguing me. This is really capturing my attention. Microsoft in 2015, Microsoft, they built what is now considered the quietest room in the world. Do you know about this?
You know what?
It is an acoustically.
I've seen a story of this on CBS Sunday Morning, I think.
Really?
And it's like,
They say that you can't spend more than a few minutes in there
You
because
go crazy.
it'll drive you crazy.
and then a guy went in and he was like,
Oh my! Let me out! Let me out!
too quiet.
The room is so quiet.
It's
I've heard of
weird.
that. I've heard of that room. Like a guy could, like he brushed his hand against his shirt, and it was like it ripped through his eardrums because it made such a reverberation.
It is called an anechoic chamber, if I'm pronouncing it properly. And the room is at the Microsoft headquarters in Redmond, Washington. And ultra-sensitive tests performed in 2015 gave an average background noise rating of minus 20.35 dBA. Decibels A-weighted, a measurement of sound pressure. Only a few people have been able to withstand being in the room for a long period of time, at most an hour. They say that it will drive you nuts, that it is so quiet.
You can hear your own heartbeat probably.
That's what they say. They say your heart it'll sound like your heart's beating out of your chest or something.
No.
Yeah, Andrew, yes.
I've been in a room over at Best Buy where they have the
Stereo room.
All right. All right,
yeah, they
give
have
it
a
to
room,
us.
and they've got stuff on the walls there that when you walk out of there, you hear the building ambiance. You walk in there, it just becomes so quiet. I can only imagine
Yeah.
what this place is compared to that.
Yeah, Microsoft uses the same sound deadening technology as a Best Buy.
No, I'm just surprised. I'm surprised at how quiet it is in this room at Best Buy.
In the Magnolia room at Best Buy.
Like, how much more quiet can it possibly get?
I remember I went to a Circuit City once. They had
I was once in Radio Shack in the bathroom, and it was so quiet.
very quiet.
So what's a better torture technique? Putting somebody in, you know how they play like noises and stuff and screams?
Oh, yeah.
Or putting them in like a silent room?
No, it's a very, very good point.
I'd put somebody in a silent room. It can
The
go crazy.
quietest room on the planet. Man, I want to try it, though. I got to be honest. I wonder if we can get a hold of Microsoft PR, and the next time I'm up in Washington State, I can pop in and see how long I can stand being in the quiet room. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a brand new game show. Maybe we ought to bring Hal Herman in.
Hi! I'm ready if you are.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Will Fester Fit?
I'm going to go with no.
Oh man.
We need cooperation here as well, and we're going to need cooperation with Universal Studios. Did you see
Universal Studios?
Yes, yeah. We need to know if Fester's going to fit in something at Universal Studios.
Wow.
Oh man.
Did you see the story about the new Mario Kart ride?
No, what is it? I didn't know they had one.
Well, there are people that are angry because there's a pretty heavy restriction. Plus-size visitors are being turned away because they won't fit.
Wow.
Yeah, listen to this. Super Nintendo World made a big debut at Universal Studios Hollywood this month. I don't know about Universal over in Orlando. A lot of times these amusement parks like Disney out in Anaheim versus Disney at Lake Buena Vista over here, a lot of there's duplication. And, Pirates of the Caribbean, the Small World, they have a lot of the same attractions.
Subtle change.
I don't know whether they're going to do the Mario Kart ride at Universal Studios, but they're slow-moving carts that are painted in different colors, and it's supposed to be based on Super Nintendo and Mario. But
Super Nintendo's from 30 years ago.
But apparently, people that are of large size are turned away.
Sorry, you're too fat. Ride Mario Kart.
So the question that I have would be, will Fester fit?
I would love to find out. That
Let's
sounds
get
like
the
a fun-
dimensions of the car.
fun-
Did
We'll
you
just
ever
go
fit
to
in the
Universal.
old Back to the Future ride?
Nah, barely. There's in the Fat Guy Handbook. There's usually on roller coasters 1 or 2 seats that are built a couple of inches larger.
Hey, Fester?
Really?
Yeah.
Fester?
Yeah. Yes.
What is your waist size, please?
I'm between a 44 and a 46.
Oh, my God. You can't ride. The ride vehicle can only accommodate people who have a 40-inch waist or smaller. You're out.
Oh my God.
You can't ride.
Dude, a lot of people can't ride.
Oh, my God. Yeah, so the Mario Kart ride at Universal,
It's not cool.
it's Universal Hollywood. I haven't been to Universal locally in a while, but we need to find out if they're also getting the Mario Kart ride at Universal Florida or whether they already have it. But at least the story out in California at Universal Studios Hollywood, 40-inch waist or smaller in order to ride this ride, Fessy. You're out.
Dude, the last roller coaster I went on was, I think it was called the Manta or something, or at SeaWorld.
Right.
And the only thing
Fester at
the only thing-
SeaWorld's always funny.
the only thing that holds you on is like a triangle piece of metal.
Mommy,
over your lap.
how did the whale get out of the tank, Mommy?
Kids are petting me and like asking for Shamu's signature.
Where's
and
your
stuff.
hole?
So the kid next to me gets on the roller coaster and they click his restraint and it lets out like 20 clicks. It's like click 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 click
Right.
click click.
You get
And
on.
then- and it took one of the employees to like push on it and it goes click one time.
One time.
And the kid working there's like, you okay? I'm like, I don't know. Are you okay? He's like, yeah, you're fine. We'll see you in a minute.
Guess what goes on sale on August 16th?
I mean, it could be anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. No,
about a hint?
Hold on. No. I made a mistake. The concert is August 16th. Tickets will go on sale earlier. But the point is, What recent concert fiasco was there?
Taylor Hicks.
Yes.
I just really wanted to see Taylor.
Not Taylor Hicks. The whole Taylor Swift debacle with Ticketmaster and
I just really wanted to see Taylor.
and that whole mess. People can't get on. All the pre-approval codes. The things didn't work. Congressional hearings. The whole disastrous situation with Taylor Swift.
I just really wanted to see Taylor.
Guess what? Are we about to have a repeat? Because Ticketmaster is going to put Beyonce tour tickets on sale, and the demand for Beyonce tickets with her limited dates is going to be enormous. And now we're hearing that the Senate committee that investigated the whole Ticketmaster Live Nation debacle, they're saying we're going to watch and see how the Beyonce tour ticket sales go as well. So Ticketmaster clearly is under the microscope. Ticketmaster says they're making changes on the official Twitter account for Ticketmaster. There are stories about how Beyonce fans are getting ready for the Ticketmaster sales, but there are multiple stories out there that the world is watching to see if there's another meltdown once Ticketmaster puts these Beyonce tickets on sale. And I mentioned August 16th. That is when Beyonce is scheduled to be at Raymond James Stadium. So that's why I mentioned August 16th. Not when they go on sale, but the concert date apparently is August 16th, later this summer, that Beyonce is going to be at Ray J. Question is there going to be another ticket meltdown?
Is she as big as Taylor? I don't know these.
You know what? That's a good point. I do not think, and
I don't think she's as big as Taylor.
I'm not
Swift.
taking anything away from Beyonce, but I don't think she is. I think Froggy. I think it's a valid, fair question. I think that Taylor Swift at this point in the career hierarchy,
number one, right?
I think Taylor Swift is bigger than Beyonce right now.
I think I disagree. I think they may be equal in their own genre, but you don't see Queen Bee doing credit card commercials.
Well, I guess that's right. She's not doing.
Wow.
She's not doing Capital One commercials. What's in your wallet?
What's in your wallet?
Maybe because she can't.
I'll tell you what's not in your wallet. Ticketmaster tickets for Taylor Swift show. That's what's not in your wallet.
Taylor Swift does commercials?
Yeah.
What a sellout.
Yeah, listen, she's making every dime while she can.
I guess so.
Hey, did you see that the autopsy report is out on Irene Cara?
Oh, Flashdance lady?
Yeah.
Don't you know who I am? Remember my name. Say, I'm gonna live.
Man, I still can't believe her neighbor called up.
I mean, seriously. And I mean, who would have known Irene Cara of Fame and Flashdance? I mean, she died right here in Pinellas County. She died in Largo, and she was quiet. She was unassuming. You know, people knew that she was there, but she kept to herself. I mean, what a sad story. And the autopsy results are out on what killed Irene Cara, and it just sounds like this was so freaking preventable. You know what, Fester, when I saw the story last night, I was like, wait a minute. This is like Fester who doesn't want to go to a doctor. That's what it sounds like. You have not had a physical.
Was she have MRSA?
You only went to the hospital because you had myasthenia gravis flare up, and you were like a blob, and that's why you took an Uber to the emergency room at TGH.
What did she die of?
I'm going to tell you right now.
Can we guess?
No, I'm not going to have you make a mockery out of this. I'm just going to go.
I was going to take a big
I mean, hold on. The woman's hit song is "I'm Gonna Live Forever," so you know.
This is just a sad story. Irene Cara died of hypertension and high cholesterol.
What?
Are you kidding me?
Some Lipitor.
Well, exactly. I mean, according to TMZ,
High cholesterol.
Listen, in medical documents obtained by TMZ, the medical examiner in Pinellas County has ruled Irene Cara's official cause of death arteriosclerotic and hypertensive cardiovascular disease. It was also noted that she was diabetic. But still, hypertension, you take high blood pressure medicine. My God. I mean, that's one of the most common pills you can take.
Yeah.
One
Is
of
it
the
called
most.
like a statin?
What? No. That's for cholesterol. For high blood pressure, one of the most common prescriptions in America is high blood pressure medication.
Propranolol?
She could have been on some kind of. Well, a lot of them end with sartan, like this, like a flappy sartan, schmuckasatin. Or low Martin, there's a ton of high blood pressure medications. Why wasn't she? She died of hypertension. Then cholesterol. That's like you said, Fester. What's the word you just said?
A statin?
Yeah, a statin. So high cholesterol drugs are statins like Crestor, Lipitor,
And others.
And she was, pronounced dead.
How do you die from that? Did she have a heart attack? Or
I mean, everything's harder to work inside your body.
I feel so bad.
was she a recluse?
The neighbors seemed to say that she kept to herself, so
she didn't go to the doctor. Nobody knew.
It seemed that she did lead a recluse type of life.
A recluse life isn't necessarily a sad life. I mean, she could have been perfectly happy, just didn't want to be in a spotlight or have any extra attention drawn to herself. We don't know this, but
63 years old and died at the end of November right here in the Tampa Bay area in her Largo home. It's awful. And then you see that she apparently died from ailments that are easily fixable through simple prescription medication. It's sad. It's awful. I felt when I saw that, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You guys ready to play Michelle Mania?
Please.
Once again, this sounds like a Hal Herman hosted game show. Ladies and gentlemen,
Michelle Mania, here we go.
It's time for Michelle Mania. My lovely wife, Michelle. Let me see if hopefully she'll pick up the phone. I think it is important to get Michelle on the line to play Michelle Mania. 813. All right, calling the home bedside landline for Michelle Mania.
What does exactly Michelle Mania entail?
Well, it is a series of stories that Michelle has commented on.
Wow.
Uh-oh, hang on a
I don't
minute.
know if Michelle Mania is going to work.
I don't know. Michelle, it's time for Michelle Mania. Hang on. Maybe I need to call the cell phone because she's not picking up the bedside home phone. There were a couple of stories in my pile.
Hello?
Hey, Michelle,
Yes.
did you hear the bedside phone ring?
Yes, but it doesn't ring long enough for me to retrieve it from under the bed.
All right.
Maybe you should move it out from under the bed.
I mean, do you guys have nightstands?
Maybe.
We do.
Okay.
Just asking.
But, we don't use the phone that much,
Yeah, obviously, it's under the bed.
I don't understand.
Michelle, I'm going to call you back on the landline because it just sounds better, okay?
All right.
Can you go over to my side of the bed? You know what? I probably need to put this on your side of the bed.
I am on your side of the bed.
Do you want to sleep in my spot? Is that what you're saying?
Ew. Is it all wet?
When you leave.
And actually, say it again.
I do when you leave. I turn the radio on. I sleep on your side.
Oh, that's
You lay in the wet spot?
that is there's no wet spot.
The sweat, back sweat.
All right, Michelle, I'm going to call you back because I like the way the landline sounds better, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. All right. All right. Now, I've got 3 items that we got to get Michelle's commentary on. I want you to notice how much better the landline's going to sound.
Hello.
Wow.
Listen to this. Hey, Michelle,
Hi.
are you in my spot on the bed?
I am.
Oh,
That's awesome.
that's disgusting.
I've got 3 Michelle Mania stories. These are just 3 stories. I mean, there's no real mania here. It's just Michelle commented on all 3 of these things, so I think it's important. The first one, Michelle, and speaking of beds, I printed out a story which you were vehemently opposed to, and you took the exact opposite tact on the story. And you went off for 10 minutes on this thing. We're having a debate in the living room. The story was a headline, "Never make your bed first thing in the morning," and here's the disgusting reason why. And apparently, the anonymous domestic diva behind Mrs. D's Cleaning Reviews, which is a popular Instagram page, according to the New York Post, surprised a lot of her 135,000 followers by publishing a pro-messy missive revealing the gag reflex-inducing reason why rushing to tidy up is something you need to stop doing. She wrote, during the night, we not only sweat, but we shed skin, and this is a magnet for dust mites and bed bugs. Being hungry and in a hurry to make your bed first thing in the morning, you risk trapping damp air under the covers, which helps the nasty, creepy crawlies to breed, according to the expert. And then Michelle's like, I disagree with this. And Michelle, you laid on some kind of psychology on why you need to make your bed first thing in the morning.
Well, then you've accomplished at least one thing that day.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
I've seen that video from the Admiral of the Navy.
Yep. It's a
Make
famous
your
quote from
bed.
someone. I forget.
Yeah, give me a break.
Anyway, so Michelle, you don't care about the dust mites and the
I do. You're grossing me out. I'm going to jump out of the bed right now.
what side is more mites? Michelle's side of the bed or my side of the bed?
I think we know that.
That is Michelle Mania story number 1. Michelle Mania story number 2. Is it?
Yes.
Is your alarm clock going off?
Yes,
Oh, it's 8 o'clock. Do you have somewhere to be?
I do.
How old is that?
Do you have your workout this morning?
I do.
Oh,
With
all right.
Pierre, your trainer?
Trainer's not Pierre.
Yeah.
Here is Michelle Mania story number 2
What's that?
about Netflix. And Michelle said if Netflix institutes this policy of making all account users sign in every 30 to 31 days from their home IP, or else they're going to be disconnected. Michelle said because of our kids being at school and on our family plan, which we're not cheating. I've got a family plan. Chloe's on it. She's over in Scotland for the year. Julian is at boarding school in Connecticut, and then he's going on to college in the fall, late summer, fall. So my kids are not going to be able to sign in on their device at our home IP every 30 to 31 days. So Netflix is allegedly going to start cracking down by the end of March, and that's how they're going to try to deal with password sharing. But what are they going to do with legitimate families that have their kids that are not at home? So Michelle said to me, hey, we'll just cancel Netflix. I don't give a... What did you say to me last night?
Whoa.
Cancel it. I don't care.
I mean, honestly,
But you know
there's
what?
so
Because
much
people
stuff to
who
watch.
live near each other who are running the racket, they can all then run around and sign in and do whatever they want. It's going to help them maintain their illegitimate or illegal service stealing. And for people like us who have kids who are across the country, just because our kid can't fly home every 30 days to maintain a stupid Netflix account, don't need you.
All right, there we go. Item 2 in Michelle Mania, cancel Netflix. But Michelle's not alone. There are a lot of people with this initial story, which just came out this week, on how Netflix was going to deal with password sharing, that there are a lot of people that are angry. The story's only been out for a couple of days. It came out this week, and people are angry. And listen, hey, Reed Hastings, whoever the hell runs Netflix these days, listen to my wife, Michelle. Listen to Michelle Mania. She's like, cancel that bitch.
Watch the platform first.
All right, ready for the second one from Michelle Mania?
Sure.
Third one.
I'm sorry.
I
did
hate the name of this segment.
Did I say second?
Beds, Netflix, and this.
All right, third one. This is the third and last. And I mentioned this earlier in the week, but you weren't available. I don't know where you were. We called you. And why did you send me a whole story on the best air fryers? It's like a 20-page story on the best air fryers on the market for every type of meal, but you've refused me being able to get an air fryer. You won't allow me to buy one and keep it in the house. You claim we don't have enough counter space. And so why did you send me a story with the 20 best air fryers on the market?
So you can educate yourself. So when we redo the kitchen, you'll know which one you want.
I'm sorry, it's not 20. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, and then they broke it into categories: overall best air fryer, best large capacity air fryer, best small capacity air fryer, best dual basket air fryer, best air fryer toaster oven, best lower priced air fryer. So why do you send me this story if you won't let me have an air fryer?
Because eventually you'll get to have one, and you should have your research done.
Yeah, eventually he'll have a colostomy bag too.
Hold
You
on,
don't send
why
it back.
are you saying, and what do you mean by eventually I'll have an air fryer?
When you redo the kitchen and you make a space for it, then you'll be able to get one.
You got to redo your whole kitchen to get an air fryer.
Now,
Well,
here,
we need to redo the whole kitchen for a variety of reasons, not just the air fryer.
well, Michelle wants to update the kitchen, and we need to find the great, high end.
Old.
Well, it is. How old did you say?
20.
It's not 20. We moved in the summer
All right.
of.
It was designed in 20 years ago, so it doesn't matter.
That's true. Okay, the kitchen was designed 20 years ago. We moved in. We moved in July 4th weekend of 2005. So
Right.
we're coming up on 18 years, right, in the house. And Michelle wants to.
What's the difference?
Michelle wants to redo the kitchen, so we got to find like a good high-end contractor that can help redo the kitchen, knock down walls, just kind of redo. And listen, I've become even more of a cook. I really enjoy cooking, so yeah, I would like to have a more updated, chef's type kitchen.
Yes. Do you know a good chef who could come over and give us some advice?
I'm sure we have a couple of chefs we know that can come over. We can call up Paolo. We can call up Chris Pont. We can call up Massimo.
Yeah.
We can call up. We'll call up Burns Steakhouse.
Yes.
Bobby
All
Burns.
of the above.
Yeah. I just thought it was a little, almost like you were like prodding me. It was almost like you're poking
No.
at me.
I believe in being educated when you're going to make a decision. And so sometimes even if it's 5 years down the road, historically, you're going to want to know, where the air fryers have come from, which one was the best one then, and why that changes.
Okay, Michelle, this is a lot of air fryer research for something he may not be getting for like 3
Read about
years.
it if you can't have it.
All right, listen,
eventually-
I'm moving along. Fester, I'm moving along.
Eventually,
Alright,
he'll have a
back.
coffin, MJ. He's just sending you the best coffins.
I'm moving along. And Michelle, in fact, Michelle Mania is over, but I want to keep you on the phone for something.
What?
Because you love Law and Order, you love all this kind of forensic stuff, and this is incredible. I've had the story since I think earlier this week. It's been in the pile. Are you aware of the cold case murder that they solved here in Pinellas County? Did you see the story?
I did not.
This is unbelievable. A guy was arrested in Mississippi for the 1987 murder of a woman here in Pinellas County. Let me share a couple of details. I saw the story, Fox 13 had the story. The Tampa Bay Times had even more information in their story. And it all has to do with DNA and some really crafty police work. This was a cold case, a murder of a woman in Pinellas County here in 1987. The cold case of an 82-year-old woman named Opal Weil, or Wheel. It's Weil. Opal Weil, or Wheel. And they've just arrested 55-year-old Michael Lapnewski in Mississippi. And how they found this guy is just incredible. What happened was they were able to use like the 23andMe ancestry. The guy left some strands of hair at the scene, so there were some pieces of physical evidence at this murder scene on February 9th of 1987. It happened in unincorporated St. Petersburg, according to detectives, and the woman was found dead. Obvious signs of trauma. Back in 87, detectives found that the suspect got into the home after removing a single-pane window, entering the residence. Forensic technicians at the time collected evidence left behind, including several hairs. Throughout the investigation, a partial DNA profile was developed from the hairs, but no matches. Then, back in December of 2020, Pinellas cold case detectives were assigned to the case. And they sent over to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement a request for additional testing for the hairs. They also contacted Parabon Nanolabs to conduct genealogical testing. and their testing was able to construct a family tree, and they were able to identify familial relatives to narrow down 3 possible male suspects.
Oh my God.
They then, listen, Michelle, they ruled out 2 of the males, leaving this guy at Lapnewski in Mississippi as the only viable suspect. So then the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office detectives, they fly over to Waveland, Mississippi, after learning this guy at Lapnewski, the suspect, lived there. And this is what happened next. They obtained his DNA. How'd they do that? 3 different times. This is amazing. This is the best part of the story. They contacted this. Now Tampa Bay Times has more details. Coordinating with police departments in Mississippi, Pinellas detectives followed Lapnewski into a gas station on the morning of July 16th last year. They watched him use a red straw to mix a cup of coffee and then sucked on the straw before throwing it in the trash. They're watching the guy. He's under surveillance in the convenience store. They then, he leaves. They then go into the trash and they take the straw. Evidence number 1.
Oh,
then,
man.
3 hours later, he did the same thing at a different place. Again, detectives took the straw. But this is the best part of the story. This is great. Ray Murphy, an investigator with the Waveland Police Department in Mississippi, owned a restaurant there as well and knew Lapnewski. He was a frequent customer. So they came up with this scheme to advertise a promotion in which loyal customers could receive a free meal if they showed up at the restaurant at an exact time and date. They put the flyer for the free meal on Lapnewski's vehicle, advertising the promotion, and like clockwork, the guy shows up at the exact time and date for the free breakfast, ordering eggs, bacon, hash browns, and biscuits. And both DNA from the spoon and the fork that they seized after he left the restaurant and the coffee straws taken from the gas stations were a total match. Boom! They solved a 1987 cold case murder of poor 82-year-old Opal Weil.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
There you go.
Michelle,
All in the DNA.
Is that amazing?
That's amazing.
All those crimes that happened back in the day, all those people are getting pinched now from DNA. I saw a guy getting interrogated who was like 86, and he murdered a girl in like 66 or something.
Oh my gosh.
And he just got busted. He was like, he just fell apart. He got away with it for like 50 years.
Take him down, man. Anyway, Michelle, I thought you'd love that story.
Very interesting.
All right, Michelle, I'll let you. Well, you're getting up now anyway, right?
I'm getting up now.
All right. I love you, Michelle.
I love you, Michelle.
I love you,
Love
Michelle.
you too, Froggy.
How about me?
I
I
love you.
said love you too.
Oh, well, they talked over top of you.
I love you,
Oh,
Michelle.
sorry.
Shut up, Fester.
She can't hear me.
She can't hear you down low. Yeah,
I
because
can't hear Fester.
Yeah, I
but
know.
We all love Fester.
hey, Fester. So if I push in this button, Fester, now talk to Michelle.
I love you, Michelle.
Oh, I love you too, Fester.
All right, now she can hear you, but does it feed back to you?
Yeah, it sounds creepy.
Yeah. See, I got to keep. There's a certain button that you can hear Fester if I push that button, but if the button's pushed, then Fester feeds back on himself, and it makes him crazy.
Fester likes creepy Michelle better. Right?
I do.
All right, Michelle. See you later.
Well, you know it.
Man, I love that story. That story is incredible.
Hey, congratulations to the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office for that diligent work. That's awesome.
Just absolutely tremendous. I don't know if this is real or just hyped up crap, and I'm not going to spend a lot of Tom Brady time today, but there's a story that Tom Brady was screaming into a phone a couple of hours after he retired.
But he
What
looks
kind of
so
screaming?
peaceful on the beach.
Yeah,
He's
he did.
screaming like, I'm going to rip your guts out. Or
Hang
screaming
on.
like,
Listen to this. This is from the Daily Mail. Tom Brady launched into a furious tirade on the phone while watching his daughter's horse riding lessons, in stark contrast to the calm video that he posted a few hours earlier announcing his retirement. And people saw him down in South Florida while his daughter was at horseback riding lessons, and Tom Brady is like just screaming into the phone, apparently. So this was him with his announcement, sitting peacefully at like Surfside or whatever the hell it was over
By the
on the
sand dunes.
Yeah.
Good morning, guys. I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring for good.
And then a few hours later, he's screaming into the phone.
Screw you! I ain't son of a bitch! Do you know who I
All
am?
right, Tom, calm down, Tom.
Sorry. Sorry.
Tom, everything's going to be okay.
Nice jump, honey. Nice jump. U.S. I mean, horseback lessons. What is that?
Yeah, so this is, again, he was spotted screaming into the phone at his daughter's horseback riding place.
Has to be his agent.
And did you see Robert Kraft wants him to re-sign with the Patriots for 1 day?
Yeah, sure he does.
Oh, so he can retire a Patriot?
Retire as a Patriot. You think Tom Brady will go for that gimmick?
No.
Screw them, Tom. Screw the Patriots.
Tom Brady will say, I'll tell you what, I'll sign for the Patriots for 1 day if I can get a gift card to that massage place over on Singer Island.
Yeah.
Or wherever the heck that was.
You got it, Tom.
Rob, I have a
I'll call her right now. I got her on
here.
speed dial. So I was watching ESPN last night, and one of the smarmy commentators said, listen, the whole country thinks of Tom Brady as a Patriot, except for people in Tampa, which probably is true. So I wouldn't be surprised if he did it. However, I'd like to see him retire as a Buccaneer.
I would agree with that. You know what I thought we would do? I thought we would go to the legalized recreational marijuana comment lines.
Ooh. Comment lines.
Well-
You have an expert in studio.
No, Froggy is a medical marijuana expert.
Oh.
I have issues. Medical
Froggy
issues.
has an actual Florida medical marijuana card. And Froggy, now, for what reasons do you smoke medical marijuana?
Oh, my God. Chronic migraines.
Okay.
Irritable.
IBS.
Hold on a second.
Irritable.
Hold on. Let's start again. What's number one?
Chronic migraines.
Okay, next.
Irritable bowel syndrome. Sciatica nerve issues.
Yep.
Compressed disc. Flat feet. Color blindness. I got this mole on my head I'm worried about.
Yes.
And my right testicle is a little smaller than my left.
No, it isn't. That's not true.
Where is Froggy? Can you guess? In the John with IBS.
So it's only a couple things for me.
Yeah. Only a couple. Now, I want to go to the phones, though, because that's medical marijuana. We're getting closer to recreational marijuana legalization in the state because it is most likely going to be on the ballot in 2024 for recreational marijuana. There is and I want to ask our listeners, how do you feel? I would like to take a completely valid and 100% scientific survey right now with MJ Morning Show listeners. Are you for legalized recreational marijuana in Florida? Let's go. Fire up the phones. And whatever comments, whatever thoughts you have, I want to hear what you have to say. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Call the MJ Morning Show right now. I want to hear, do you agree or disagree with the potential legalization of recreational marijuana here in the state of Florida? 800-990-1047. Folks, this ought to be interesting. Let's see how our listening audience responds. So while we're screening calls, let's go over the details here. We could be headed toward a constitutional amendment for the legalization of recreational pot here in the state. And it turns out that the first legal hurdle has been met. The Smart and Safe Florida Committee was required to collect at least 222,898 valid signatures in order for a judicial and financial impact review. What happens there? The Florida Supreme Court looks at the proposed language that would be on the ballot to make sure that the language was appropriate, that it was not misleading, that it wasn't problematic. So they've got to decide on language, and you have to get the 222,898 signatures just to get to that first level. On February 2nd, yesterday, it was announced that a total of 294,000 valid signatures were collected. So that is a signature count that's enough for the Supreme Court to review the measure and the language. And then if the Supreme Court approves the language, then this group needs to collect 891,589 valid signatures to get the legalization of recreational marijuana on the ballot for 2024. And then Florida would only require a minimum of 60% approval from voters in order for recreational marijuana to become legal in the state of Florida. And it would allow anyone 21 or older to possess, purchase, or use marijuana products and accessories for recreational purposes, not just for medical reasons. So you could smoke it, you could eat edibles, other methods as well.
Tincture.
Make a tincture, whatever. And that could be on the ballot in the next go-around in 2024, recreational marijuana. So that's why I think it'd be really cool to go to the MJ Morning Show phones here and just get a little flavor, get a little taste, get a little toke of what our listeners think. Do you agree with or disagree with recreational marijuana? Now, I'm going to keep tally here. Where's my pen? I'm going to do agree is yes, disagree, no recreational marijuana, no, and I'm going to keep a tally here. Let's go to phones. Let me open up my call screener so I know who I'm going to. And yes, connect. Call screener's open. We'll hit Roberto first in Tampa. Hey, Roberto, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
We are great. Roberto, where do you stand on recreational pot?
Well, I'm a fellow medical cannabis card holder, so you know how that goes. I'm one of them. Wanted to become recreational next year.
All right, so you're in the yes column. Now, if you don't mind me asking, hopefully I'm not violating any HIPAA regulations here. And in Fester's case, it would be a HIPPO violation.
Hippo.
Yeah, HIPPO. But Roberto, why are you on medical marijuana? What's your ailment?
A couple of things. That's the way I'm mostly handle, stressful situations like in the restaurant that I work and all that.
Okay.
And then I have back problems, and you go from there because you go to the doctor and he keeps asking you questions and build a case for your medical cannabis.
Just as long as you didn't end up in one of those pill mills about 10 years ago. Thank you, buddy. Roberto, I appreciate the call.
Thank you, guys.
All right, let's grab Valerie in St. Pete. Valerie, where are you on recreational marijuana?
Well, I think they should definitely make it legalized.
Wow. Do you mind me asking, Valerie, how old are you?
59.
59. And do you partake? Do you smoke marijuana recreationally?
No.
So why do you think it ought to be legalized for recreational use?
Well, I think it's a lot safer than alcohol, which is readily available. I don't see people getting in accidents due to...
Well, actually, if you look, for instance, one of the first states, if not the first state in the country to legalize recreational pot was Colorado, and their car accidents did increase after the recreational legalization of marijuana. But listen, it's the number one argument is that, hey, alcohol is legal, and that's more dangerous, people think, than people smoking pot. Good call, thank you. Hey, Rebecca is in Tampa. Hey, Rebecca, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, guys. Good morning. How are you?
We are well. Recreational pot, yes or no?
I say no.
Why do you say no?
Because I carry a medical card, and I feel like that if it was recreational, it would just, bog down, the place that I go to.
And Rebecca, why do you carry a recreational card? What is your situation?
Because I have scoliosis and mainly just stress and just dealing with daily life.
But no on the rec. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
So I'm 37.
So I want to see, demographically, if there's an indication of certain ages agreeing, because I would think that the younger crowd. But here, we had a caller before you, a 59-year-old woman. She says yes, and here you're 37. You say no. Good call. Rebecca, I wish you the best. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, MJ.
All right, let's grab Lynn in Tampa. Hey, Lynn, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey there. Good morning, and I say no to it for this reason. Most kids have fake IDs, and we're going to expose the younger population to marijuana, which changes their brain. That's scientifically proven, and that's going to harm our young adults.
All right, we're now at equal numbers. 2 say yes, 2 say no to Florida legalized recreational marijuana. Thank you, Lynn. Let's grab David in Valrico. By the way, that just opened up a line. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. David, Valrico, hello.
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, we're doing fine. All right. So, David, where are you on legalized pot?
I say no, okay? And reason being, and I'm an ex-pot smoker, okay? I just moved here from Texas 2 years ago. I'm a retired substance abuse counselor. And so...
Wait, so hold on. You're a retired substance abuse counselor, but you used to smoke marijuana?
Yeah, before I was a counselor.
Oh, before you were. And then what else did you do before you were a counselor? Were there other things as well?
Oh, of course.
Like what? Give me a list.
You name it, I did it. Everything except the needle.
Oh, man.
You know, a lot of times those make the
I
best
mean,
counselors.
that's the way it was back in the days. You know, I'm 63 years old.
Wow. All right, so David, you say no, and it's because, why do you say no to recreational pot?
Because it's a gateway.
Yeah, it's one of the arguments. I was going to use the G word, but I wanted to hear if anyone
Maybe
was
for
going to
you.
use it. I wanted to hear if someone was going to use it first, and here's
Not
David.
true. It's a lie.
All right, David.
Exactly.
All right, David, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Let's grab Kevin in Lakeland. Hey, Kevin, where are you on recreational marijuana in the state of Florida?
Hey, I'm a no. And interesting enough, I'm also from Colorado, so I have that perspective as well.
Am I right that car accidents went up pretty dramatically after legalization?
I think so, yeah, you are right. But what happened, most importantly, is people started smoking weed in public. It started to become more prolific. Younger kids started to have easier access. And for medical patients, it kind of interrupted our process to get the product.
Great.
It made things, it kind of took quality product down and a lot of, unnecessary things that didn't need to happen. So I'm a no, and I voted yes for it in Colorado, and I regret my vote.
Wow, thank you. Good call.
I was
Appreciate
thinking
it.
about that. It has to affect the medical guys because
You might have a hard time getting your supply for your medical ailments,
I'll have
Froggy.
to call up Rufus like the old days.
Did you really have a pod guy named Rufus? Melissa's in Brandon. Hey, Melissa.
Hi there.
Melissa, where are you on recreational pot?
I'm a yes.
Tell me why you're a yes.
Well, I don't know. I'm not claiming to be very educated on how legalizing it would impact things like cost and et cetera, but my daughter recently obtained a medical marijuana card. I wasn't a happy camper about it, but now that she's been using, I've noticed a significant improvement in her health. And what my hope is maybe making it legal makes it more affordable for her because she's a student and it's very expensive and she's had to jump through hoops. My son also has a lot of anxiety and uses it recreationally, but he can't use it legally because he is afraid he'd lose his conceal and carry license. So there's things he'd have to give up.
Yep.
In order to, make it a legal transaction for him.
Melissa, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. I mean, we're getting a lot of different takes here. Let me grab Tom in Palm Harbor. Tom, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, I'm a yes also.
All right, why are you a yes? Tom, how old are you?
39.
All right, why are you a 39-year-old male yes?
I think the tax revenue would be good. I think on a federal level, it would also be good if they would just legalize it to affect the carry conceal license, the same thing the lady behind you was talking about. But I also think it loses some of the stigma, which makes it less appealing to some of the teenagers that would otherwise want to be involved with, let's go get stoned after school. If it's legal and not a big deal, then it's not a big deal.
All right, thank you, Tom. All right, right now we're tied up. Right now we've taken 8 calls. It's 4 yes for legalized pot in Florida and 4 no. Hey, Andrew, I'm just going to take the remaining 4 callers. Don't say the other lines are ringing, but just say, hey, thanks for calling. I just want to do the remaining 4. I got to move on. Marilyn is in Tampa. Hey, Marilyn, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning, guys. And I'm a yes. My daughter has a medical marijuana card for endometriosis.
Yep.
She's been on it since she was 19, and I watched the hoops she had to.
But what if, though, you legalize pot recreationally in Florida and it makes it more difficult for her to get her medical marijuana?
I disagree with that because if you sit there and you legalize it, you'll probably have more dispensaries open up. It'll create more jobs, and like the gentleman said, the tax revenue from it. So
right.
I agree with legalizing it.
I got you in the yes column. Hey, Andrew, if you get any really good calls, I'll tag on a few because this is hot. Let me grab Jackie in St. Petersburg. Hey, Jackie, MJ Morning Show, you're next.
Hey, what's up?
Well, it sounds like you're stoned. You're stoned right now, aren't you?
Hey.
No. I'm a yes. I'm 56 years old, and I've never smoked it a day in my life.
And by the way, you sound like you're 36 or 26. So, Jackie, why are you a yes if you've never smoked it?
Well, I go with the legal aspect of it. I think that there's a lot more important things in the system that needs to be worried about than people walking around, having some pot on their possession, rather than putting them all in jail for carrying a little bit of it.
All right, I got you.
Drinks.
I got you in the yes column. Listen,
there's more. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that. Listen, you're making a compelling argument, and I got you in the yes column.
Okay, thanks.
So, if they do legalize it, you think you'll take a toke?
Nope. I got other reasons why I wouldn't.
All right, have a good one. Appreciate it. Phones are, maybe we'll take more calls here because the phones are nuts. William in Land O'Lakes. Hello, William. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning.
William, yes or no on legalized recreational marijuana in Florida?
Yes.
Why?
First of all, to reply on your information, as far as the accidents increasing higher in, let's say, Colorado compared to somewhere else,
yep,
for the past year, you're taking into account alcohol as well. Whereas if you separated the intoxicated driver by saying this is alcohol related or marijuana related, then you'd still see that the percentages would definitely go down.
All right, thanks for the call. Let's grab, I'm going to blow through these, and then we're just going to give you the final tally. Cindy's in Clearwater. Hey, Cindy, welcome to the recreational marijuana voting phones. Are you a yes or a no?
I'm an absolute yes.
Tell me why, Cindy.
Well, for one, my daughter lives in California. I have to take something for anxiety every day, and I don't like taking it, but I have to, or I'll faint sometimes. But anyway, I go to California with my daughter. They're very strict. Like in Nevada, you go to a dispensary. California, you have to order it, and then it gets delivered to you. The revenue, I think, is really great.
All right, so you're going to tell me that you've smoked marijuana with your daughter in California and it's helped your anxiety?
I never knew. Now, I go back to the 70s because I'm 67. So I go back to the 70s, but I never knew the difference in the type of marijuana. So she had got me a certain I think it's hybrid, whatever it is. And I didn't have
She got you some Maui Wowie.
Yeah, and I never had to take any of my anxiety medication when I go out there.
Wow, so you're just toking up a storm.
And I still could function because I thought, God, they have all these different varieties, and I would never know what I need to get.
I love it.
However, it's very strict on how they dispense it, and they're very strict on, how you're getting it. I don't, she knows it all. I don't. Her husband.
All right, so tell me this. I want to know if they legalize recreational marijuana here in Florida, are you going to go buy it legally to smoke it?
Yes, but I would have to know which brand.
Well, there you go. Thanks for the call. Cindy, thank you. Have a great day. Let me grab Lisa in Port Richey. Lisa, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
How are you?
We are well. Lisa, what is your position on legalized recreational marijuana?
Definitely. I have a son that has some issues mentally, and it helps him relax, and it helps with his depression.
How old's your son?
He is, oh my gosh, I have 5. He's 25.
Wow, and he smokes it, and it helps him out.
Yes, and he does not have a license, and he's in Tennessee, and I don't believe they passed the bill. But here's the thing: is correct me if I'm wrong, but federally it's illegal.
That is correct. So the states that have legalized marijuana, you still have the federal law has marijuana as illegal. So even if you have a state where it's legal, you can do what you want in the state. But from a federal standpoint, it is still considered illegal.
Right. So there you have a hypocrisy there, and I'm not sure if you can be arrested for that because it's federally illegal. But I don't know if states can override that. But that's my issue.
No. If you have a state that has legalized marijuana, whether it's recreational or medicinal, no, it's legal to use in the state. But, as far as going state to state with it, it doesn't change the fact that federal law still has marijuana as illegal. Do they really go after, the recreational or the medical user? They don't. It's really, the distributors and the traffickers is what they're going after. Hey, great call. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, let me just these, and then we got to move on. Patty's in Bradenton. Hey, Patty, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi, good morning. I'm a definite no.
Why, Patty?
Well, I've had friends in other states that had them, and the doobies get dropped on the ground, pets get them, kids get them. Pets have ended up in the emergency room because of it. I'm a nurse. Would you want me to be having pot before coming to work?
I got to be honest. I have been around and I've seen people at their jobs, and I'm 100% certain that they're high. So, I've seen it. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Good, Patty, great call. All right, last one on this. Martha, man, look at the phones. Every line is still ringing. Martha, MJ Morning Show, you're up.
Hi, how are you?
You're smoking right now.
No, smoking cigarettes, not weed.
I can tell.
But
How many packs a day do you do?
Probably a pack as a normal. But
Yeah,
good for you.
More.
You kind of have the smoker sound,
I know I do. I regret that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I see both sides of the story, but I'm a yes. I am a recreational user.
Oh, you are?
But I wouldn't want to buy pot on the street these days because they're lacing it with everything known to man. And I use it to go to sleep.
Oh. So instead of like Ambien, you're just you're toking on a doob.
You're not going to get fentanyl in it, ma'am.
Yeah.
And I also signed the petition to get it on the ballot.
Oh, so you're one of the people that signed it for at least the review of the language. There you go. Thank you, man. Look at the phones. I can't. I mean, should I stay with a few more calls? Fester, you make the call.
Listen, I think we should finish the segment with it.
Wow. I mean, look at the phones. I mean, all right, Andrew, I'll take a couple more. Hey, Martha, thanks for the call.
Bye, Martha.
I mean, we have another 4 or 5 minutes left here? We should take more calls.
You know what? I got enough. Andrew, I'm moving on.
Aren't you glad you asked, Fester?
Thank you.
Why'd you even ask me? Gee, we have 1,000 people calling. I'm getting 100 texts sitting at my house. People know Roxanne's not there to answer the text line. They're texting me personally, giving their opinions.
That's right. If you haven't heard Roxanne in a while, she quit in disgust earlier today. No, I'm kidding. Roxanne left at 7:40 to go to a child assembly because her 5-year-old daughter is getting some kind of award. So we said, yeah, of course, go do the kid thing. Absolutely. So that's why you haven't heard Roxanne in about an hour. The final tally, incidentally, we just took 15 phone calls, and I could take, every line is, every line is still ringing. My God. Hi, good morning. Who's this?
Kent.
All right, Kent. Yes or no?
Oh, definite yes.
All right, thank you. Look at this. Hi, MJ Morning Show. Yes or no?
Yes, I think. Actually, I think you should legalize all drugs and just tax it so you could get rid of this deficit we're in.
Well, there you go. Look at that. I'm just taking random unscreened calls now. Hi, good morning. Who's this?
This is Paul.
Paul, yes or no on legalized marijuana?
No.
All right, there's a no. I'm taking like two more. The phones won't stop ringing on this. This is a hot button here. MJ Morning Show, random pickup. Who's this?
This is Wendy. Wendy.
Yeah,
Are you
Wendy.
hearing me clearly?
Yeah, Wendy, yes or no on legalized pot?
Oh, I am a definitely no because I think it's going to be a gateway for kids, for kids to get it openly.
Yep. That's one of the complaints.
Yeah, and plus look at the problems we having with kids vaping, and then and cigarettes and. So
Now, Wendy, your accent is Jamaican?
No, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, all right. So there's a lot of ganja in Trinidad and Tobago, right?
MJ.
There's a lot of what?
Is there a lot of ganja in Trinidad and Tobago?
Are you saying gun?
Ganja.
Weed.
Ganja. I don't. Oh, ganja. I have no idea.
Okay.
I never smoke in my life. I never think, but I professionally I'm a registered nurse.
Yep.
And I have seen even professional people come to work high, stealing medication.
Have you ever seen like a surgeon? You ever seen like a surgeon come to work high?
No, I haven't.
Oh, well, that's good.
Scalpel.
That's good. But how about the orderlies? Did they come all buzzed up good?
I have seen RNs come to work high.
Yeah, there you go.
But for the kids to have access, it will also deplete the access to people who really need medical marijuana.
All right, thank you. Listen, every line is still ringing. So maybe Festa was right. We just complete the segment with. I'm just picking up unscreened calls at this point because every line is he can't even screen them. MJ Morning Show. Hello, who's this?
Hi, I'm Zach.
Hey,
How
Zach.
you guys doing?
We're great. Yes or no on legalized marijuana?
I'm a definite yes.
All right. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Hi, good morning. Unscreened call. Who's this?
Sam.
Hey, Sam. Yes or no on pot?
Yes.
Thanks for the call.
All right, now we're
MJ
just-
Morning Show. Who's this?
Hi, my name's Kathy.
Kathy. Yes or no on legalized recreational marijuana?
Absolutely yes, and I'm a card-carrying medical marijuana patient, and it has saved my vision.
Look at that. Saved her vision.
Look at that.
All right, this is it. They start ringing again. Hi, good morning. Who's this?
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob. Yes or no on a legalized recreational pot?
Yes.
All right, another yes. MJ Morning Show. Who's this?
Hey, Todd, 1,000,000 times yes.
All right, I'll put you down for 1 million. Hang on, it's gonna take me a while. Hi, good morning. Hi, good morning. Who's this?
Hey, this is Todd, 1,000,000 times yes.
Oh, I didn't hang up on him.
Golly, 1,000,000
He's
times.
he's on every line. Hi, good morning. Who's this?
Hey, it's Nancy, and I'm a yes.
All right, look at that. I mean, it's overwhelming. Hi, good morning. Yes or no on legalized pot?
No.
All right, there's a no. All right, who's this? Good morning, MJ Morning Show.
Hello, good morning.
Morning. Yes or no on pot legalized?
No.
All right, they're
What a
catching
bunch
up.
of squares.
Last two. That's it. All right, maybe last seven. Hi, good morning. Who's this?
Renee.
Renee. Yes or no?
Yes.
All right, got you in the column. Mike, would you look at this? Hi, good morning, MJ Morning Show. Yes or no?
Yes or no? They're lying to you, MJ.
Who's lying to me?
Everybody's telling you why they want it legalized.
Well, tell me why they're lying to me.
They want to get high, and they're just using all these other reasons as a reason to get high.
All right, so are you a yes or a no?
Oh, I'm a yes.
What the hell? That's the one to end it on.
All right, that's it. That's it. Every line, the minute I hang up, it starts ringing again.
All right, we're done. We're done with it.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Oh man.
Wow.
So
Now,
who won?
It's overwhelming. It's 20 yeses, and it looks like 9 nos.
Well, look
I'll
at
take a
that.
lot more calls than that.
Oh my God! And
holy cow!
And I don't know if I got them all, but every line I'm looking at every single line is still. I could go back to phones. Hi, good morning, MJ Morning Show. Who's this?
Jose.
Jose, yes or no?
No.
All right, thank you. MJ Morning Show. Who's this?
This is Greg from Spring Hill.
Yes or
I'm
no?
a distributor, and I say yes.
100%.
All right, thank you. MJ Morning Show, who's this?
That means dealer.
Hi there, this is Jeff.
Yes, Jeff, yes or no?
Hey, I'm smoking right now, buddy. I'm all hell yes for it.
I'm all
Drive safely.
All right, that's it. No more calls. We're done. Absolutely done. Okay, hi, good morning. MJ Morning
Oh
Show,
my
who's
God.
this?
Tammy,
Tammy, yes or no?
definitely yes.
All right. All right, that's it. No more calls. That's it. We're done. All right, hi, good morning. MJ Morning Show, who's this?
Hi, MJ. This is Tara. I used to work in the lawyer's office downstairs.
Oh, wow. I know who you are. Well, I'm glad you're still listening. All right, yes or
I
no?
always listen. Absolutely yes.
Wow. Lawyer's office.
Well,
huh?
thank you, Tara. All right, that's it. No more calls. I am worn out. That's it. Andrew, we're done. Tell everyone thank you for calling. Hi, good morning. MJ Morning Show. Who's this?
Ooh, we're entertaining the people. I got cut off. I thought you liked it. I'm lying to you. I'm telling you.
It's
All right, the
he-
lion guy.
He's back. Hi, good morning. MJ Morning Show. Who's this?
This is Jean.
Gene, yes or no on
Hi, Gene.
legalized marijuana?
I'm going to say no, but if they do, I think they should only be able to smoke it at home, just like alcohol. You're not supposed to be drinking and driving
There you
and
go.
everything else.
Absolutely.
Bye,
Thanks.
Gene.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Hi, good morning. MJ Morning Show. Who's this?
Survivor Island, Kent.
Oh, hey. All right, Kent. Man, it's been a long time. So, Kent, yes or no?
Oh, absolutely. But I have one thing to say. The people that were on opioids that are no longer on them because of the medicinal marijuana, I'm all on board with all of that.
All right, we'll end it with that. No more calls, man. This has been overwhelming. That was the last call. No more. Hi, good morning, MJ Morning Show. Who's this?
How many times you going to do the joke?
Yes or no?
I'll say no.
No. Okay, gotcha. That's it. I swear, that's it. No more.
Please.
I promise.
Wow.
That's the end. Man, and they're still ringing. Every line is still ringing. That might be the most phone response we've ever gotten.
That's crazy.
Insane. All right, you got the MJ Morning Show on Q105. I am worn out. 8:46. We're back in minutes. When we get back, we've got a couple of Super Bowl items. In fact, are you aware of the Super Bowl petition? No, not a legalized recreational marijuana petition, but there is a Super Bowl petition. Also, the latest on the Chinese spy balloon flying over the United States. Man, this is some crazy stuff. And also, the puppy scheme. Are you aware of the Facebook puppy scheme, guys?
No.
Oh, you got to hear. It's happening locally, and this is pretty scary stuff. And also, how quickly will a single walk out on a bad date? Very fascinating stuff. All on the way. Don't move. MJ Morning Show back in minutes here on Q105. First, though. 5, Sheryl Crow, wasn't she just nominated to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? We'll see if she actually pulls it out. Sheryl Crow on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, and I've got Stacey Kemp standing by from the law firm of Kemp, Rouge and Green. Just a quick little follow-up on the whole marijuana legalization process. I also got a text from a buddy of mine with the TPD, Tampa Police, and he said from a driving standpoint, marijuana smoking affects reactionary time, which would increase crashes. And yes, you can get a DUI on marijuana. There's no doubt about it. But again, testing is different for marijuana versus alcohol. There's no breathalyzer for marijuana. Stacey Kemp from the law firm of Kemp, Rouge and Green, a great sponsor here on MJ Morning Show and Q105. Stacey, welcome back to the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning, MJ. Good morning, everyone.
A question we have is, what have you dealt with from a legal standpoint? Because you guys are car accident specialists. What have you dealt with over the years where you've had someone high on drugs or marijuana that smashed into one of your clients?
So, I mean, driving under the influence of drugs is the same as driving under the influence of alcohol. As far as personal injury cases go, it doesn't change the liability of who is at fault in an accident, just like driving under the influence doesn't change the liability of who is at fault in an accident, right? You could be high as a kite sitting at a red light and someone rear-end you. It doesn't make you at fault. From a criminal perspective, so I guess it depends on, what perspective we're talking about. From a criminal perspective, it's very hard to prove, test-wise, as we all know, when somebody, smokes marijuana. So, those are proven through FSPs and whether your functions are impaired or not.
Right, but also with marijuana or drugs in your system. Now, granted, the breathalyzer, the field sobriety test, and the portable breathalyzer, and then the more intoxilizer test that they can do typically back at the station, that can test for alcohol. Now, for drugs, generally, to find out if someone is impaired on drugs, that requires a blood test, and I think that in fatalities and very serious accidents that there's a mandatory blood test. But really, if we zero in specifically on marijuana, really a blood test is going to be the only thing that's going to be able to tell you what the THC concentration in the blood is.
A blood test can tell you if someone has THC in their blood, but it can't tell you when they took it.
Yeah.
So the only thing you can really do with marijuana are field sobriety tests, to visually see if they're impaired, if they can walk the line, if they can do the finger, the nose, if they can do those tests or not. That's really the only way to see impairment when it comes to marijuana, because you can't really prove it any other way.
Now, have you had any cases? Last question for you. I don't want to take you because
Let's be real. You get a blood test and you have marijuana in your system and your field sobriety tests are bad and there's no alcohol, you're going to come to the conclusion.
Yeah.
Can you definitely pinpoint it? No.
Now, have you had any cases where somebody was suspected to be high on marijuana, or you had a client that was at an intersection, they're sitting at a red light, and then someone just barrels into them, turns out that they're high as a kite, maybe they found joints or a bowl inside the vehicle. Have you had any cases where you had a client hit by somebody on pot?
Oh, yeah, you have it all the time, and it's not just pot. There's, people do all types of drugs and pills and, painkillers and all, there's a whole gamut of things that people are doing out there. But, we really analyze it the same way as we do marijuana or as we do alcohol. It's just the same, we still determine liability based on who's at fault in the accident. And if you're high or if you're on alcohol, it just leads to, more damages that you get to consider that you don't get to consider if somebody...
Yeah, there's video. I don't know if you saw this. Froggy, I think we both watched this, or maybe you saw. There's video of this woman, and I think she's out in California or where, and she's driving like a nice car. The whole front right wheel is missing. She's on the interstate. She's driving with no tire. It's metal to the ground. Sparks are flying everywhere. And she finally pulls off. People box her in at an intersection off of the highway, and they pull her out of the car, and they're like pills all underneath her on the seat and everything. And she's like,
my gosh.
oh, it's the, I had to send you that link to the video. It's crazy. It's in the last 6 months or so. Stacy, thank you so much. And folks, great sponsor here on the show. Kemp Rouge and Green, your car accident team. If you've been hit by somebody in a car wreck, make sure that you're made whole, that you have what's coming to you. So get a hold of Kemp Rouge and Green. And, of course, pound HURT. Just hit pound HURT, and Stacy will be happy to talk to you. Thanks, Stacy.
You got it. Thanks for having me. Happy Friday.
Yeah, you bet. Have a great weekend. So
tell Rouge I said what's up.
Yep, and Green.
And Green.
Let me lightning round. We've got a lot to cover. I mentioned a couple of Super Bowl items because coming up, folks, it's the NFL and the Super Bowl on Fox. Now, you realize that yesterday we mentioned that there were stories out there that Tom Brady was not going to be part of the Fox Super Bowl plans. Now, Tom is retired. Now, when he actually starts collecting $375 million for a 10-year Fox analyst gig, that remains to be seen. But now the latest is that we can't rule out Tom Brady actually appearing in some capacity for Fox Sports at the Super Bowl.
Why is nothing official with this guy ever?
Well, I mean, he's officially retired. Second time around.
He's going to come back next week, probably.
Yeah, probably.
So tired of him.
Well, Robert Kraft at the Patriots wants him to sign a one-day deal so he can retire as a Patriot.
Good morning, guys. I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Tom.
Great.
Couple of other Super Bowl things. The mother that has a kid on the Chiefs and a son on the Eagles. You see what folks are trying to do?
There's put her in the halftime show?
Well, you're close. There's so the mother of Travis and Jason Kelce. Jason, which one's the Chief? So
Jason, Travis Kelce's the tight end for the Chiefs,
right?
And Jason Kelly is a lineman for the Eagles.
All right. So there's a petition. Fans are starting a online petition for the mother to do the Super Bowl coin toss.
Oh, that's
cool.
idea.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. We'll see what happens. And, who knows if they've already pegged somebody to be the honorary coin tosser at the Super Bowl.
I mean, usually they have some old man or some ex-president out there. Screw that. Let's get Mama Kelce out there.
I don't know what's going on here, but, man, there's a whole lot of, Kelce talk. And, again, Travis Kelce, he got attention because he busted in on the CBS reporter interviewing Patrick Mahomes after the Chiefs put away the Bengals, and Travis Kelce, he's the one that said,
Burrow had my ass!
The Burrow had my ass.
Burrow had my ass!
And now we're hearing that the other brother is Jason. Jason Kelce's wife is very pregnant, and she's going to the Super Bowl out in Arizona. But they're bringing her OBGYN along on the trip just in case.
It's a good idea.
That's fantastic.
Smart.
So Eagle, Jason Kelce's wife, is bringing the OBGYN in because she's very, very, very pregnant. She'll be 38 weeks pregnant at the Super Bowl.
Wow, that's really close, right?
She might have kid at Super Bowl. Who the hell knows?
Isn't it dangerous to fly that late in a pregnancy?
It's a good point. I don't think you're supposed to.
Yeah, you're not. You get blood clot.
I don't know about blood clots, but you might induce pregnancy if you.
Oh, what do you know?
I trust Froggy's medical diagnoses.
Blood clot. Definitely.
Yeah, for all of my medical questions, I go to Froggy.
Yeah, why not?
That's what I do.
Froggy, I have something in my back I need you to look at.
The Chinese are saying everyone stay calm.
Yeah.
The Chinese Communist government commenting on the fact that we spotted a Chinese spy balloon over Montana, and China is asking us to remain cool-headed after their surveillance balloon was flying over Montana and sensitive military facilities. Also, the Canadians are saying that the Chinese are spying on them, too. A Chinese foreign spokesperson has said that Beijing has no intention to violate other countries' sovereignty and airspace. You have a spy balloon that's flying at low speed over the United States. It's the size of 3 buses.
Could it not be from the state? Could a business or a company have done this and not the government?
What are you talking about? It's a spy balloon. It's got a whole attachment under the balloon with sensitive spy gear, according to the Pentagon.
And it says TikTok on the side of it.
Are you recycling my joke from 6 a.m.?
Oh, I believe that.
Why doesn't
Dude, I was joking.
Oh, I thought you were serious.
I was joking that the balloon has writing on the bottom and it says TikTok. That was a joke.
No, I thought you were serious.
I was not serious. It was a joke. Whatever the writing is on the Chinese spy balloon, it doesn't say TikTok. But it might as well say TikTok because TikTok is a Chinese spying operation as well.
I bought that hook, line, and sinker.
Dude, I thought I said I was joking.
What kind of hook?
Like a big one.
Okay, 5/0.
Well, so the Chinese are saying, everyone stay calm. We don't want to violate anyone's sovereignty. Well, you are. You're flying. And here's the deal. We should have shot that son of a... We should have...
What is the deal?
Blow it out of the sky. The word is that President Biden apparently wanted the military to shoot it down.
Shoot it down.
Why don't we have a big giant grappling hook that can just grab it?
Yeah, just...
Don't we have some kind of a plane that can just like... Put out a
like
hook?
that hook that they use like to fuel up.
Yeah.
That big long thing.
A tail hook or something. Just get a KC-135R up there and just to get the tail hook guy. Oh no, the tail hook is for the fighter jets that land on aircraft carriers. But the boom, you got to get the boom operator from a KC-135R and see if they can snag the balloon and then bring it back down. Let's see all the Chinese spying and surveillance gear that's on this balloon.
Or just pull up next to it in a jet and throw a lawn jar at it.
But
Seriously.
the word is, at least reports late yesterday were that Biden wanted to shoot the thing down, but then Pentagon officials said, no, we don't want to shoot it down because it could fall down and hit a cow in Montana. So, listen, Montana is so wide open. Just shoot the mother down.
Yeah.
Just shoot it down.
Land in a lake or something.
It's not going to hit. I mean, the odds of it hitting something over Montana are nil.
I mean, don't explode it. Just like put a hole in it and let it deflate and come to Earth.
I once ate at the Fuddruckers in Billings.
Ooh, did you get a moon pie?
Man, I can't remember, but I do like Fuddruckers. I wonder if Fuddruckers is still in Billings. Let me check. Fuddruckers Billings. Enter and oh yeah, they're there. They are there. They open at 10:30 a.m. Yeah, Fuddruckers in Billings, Montana is at 2011 Overland Avenue, Billings, Montana, 59102. I was there with Michelle.
Yeah, President Biden stopped there on a campaign stop. He doesn't want to see the satellite smash through their roof.
Got a question for you regarding dating. And we might want to maybe tomorrow bring this back up and go to phones. But I just want to kind of prime the pump. But we're definitely going to make this like a 7:45, 8 o'clock call segment tomorrow. Singles will ditch a bad date in a very short amount of time, according to a new study. I wonder if it's getting worse, or I wonder if it's getting to a more accelerated point, because it just seems the way this is written that of late, or with like current dating trends, that people are willing to walk away from a date they deem as going poorly versus previous years. Singles will ditch a bad date in less than an hour, according to a new recent study. Research found that daters only need 25 minutes to decide whether they're not enjoying themselves, but they'll wait an average of 51 minutes before faking a call from an overbearing boss or coming up with some reason to get the hell out of the date. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow we take some phone calls and ask listeners.
You could be here on Saturday if you want.
You know, I'm sorry, Monday. Yeah, tomorrow's Saturday. So Monday, I'm going to put this in the. You know what the heck? Let's take a couple of calls now. Maybe we'll drag this over to Monday as well. If you want to share, I got a lot to cover here, so let's make this quick. if you would like to share a story of a bad date that you ditched, give us a buzz here quickly. We'll grab a couple of calls. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047, the number here on the MJ Morning Show. Question is, how quickly have you ditched a bad date? Maybe you met on Match, or maybe you met on Tinder or Plenty of Fish or whatever. Maybe you were set up with, a friend's friend. How quickly have you ditched a bad date? How many minutes? Let's say you meet, you're out, and boom, you're gone. How quickly did you lose them? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. We'll grab a couple here, and then we'll carry this over to our Sunday show. What do you think? Monday. Yeah.
MJ, if you're in a bad date and you know it's not going anywhere, just put a bullet in it. Let's get this over with.
Dude, that is improper language. Don't say put a bullet in it. What's wrong with you?
Not him or her.
Anonymous is in Tampa. Hey, Anonymous.
How's it going? I was on a dating website, make a real quick story. Met this woman that I thought was a woman, drove 3.5 hours over to Sebastian
Oh, no.
to meet this person, and it turned out to be a dude. And I just got up and left her or it at the table an hour and a half from where I picked her up at, and drove all the way back to Tampa.
Oh, man. Banana. Dude looks like a lady. Banana.
So how did this not come up previously?
Right there, man, but
Fester, you can't hear Fester, but Fester wants to know, how did this not come up previously? Did the person try to pass themselves off as a woman?
Oh, most definitely.
All right, so how did you figure out that it was a guy? Because there are some extremely passable, trans individuals.
Well, this one was very passable, and it's because after I picked it or her up, they came out and was honest with me about it.
All right, well, call them.
I'd like to be honest with you, Anonymous. Did they call you Anonymous?
Well, I like to stay that way because too many people know me.
I understand, but I wanted. Did the date say Anonymous? I got to be honest with you, Anonymous. I've got a penis.
No, actually, she came out and said I was born Michael.
Oh,
Michelle.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, so you met Michelle, but it was really Michael.
Yes.
Wow, thank you, buddy. Thanks, Anonymous. Appreciate it. I got to squeeze more in here, but I'll tell you, this is a thing. We ought to go back to phones on Monday. So I'm going to put this in the Monday pile on people running out on dates, and let's see what the record is. How quickly. We ought to see if we can keep track of how many minutes do you think you were with somebody on a date before you said, I'm out of here, I'm done. So we'll carry that over to Monday. There is a really kind of sicko story that is hitting Facebook and affecting people in the Tampa Bay area. There was a story on ABC Action News about an individual that is getting all kinds of people driving to their house picking up puppies because people made payments online, and then people showing up at a house to pick up their puppy, and it's a fraud.
What?
This is up in Pasco County, and the story from Channel 28 is, hey, you drive to someone's house to pick up the puppy that you just bought online. You bought the puppy on Facebook, and then you get there, and there are no puppies. The guy answers the door. He has no idea why you're there. I don't have any puppies. And this guy up in Pasco County says that all these strangers are knocking on his door looking for puppies that they bought, and they're looking for David P. Cruz. And the David P. Cruz, they're using his name, they're using his address, and these hackers, they found his name, and people are making payments, and they're going to pick up their dog, and there are no puppies, so they're getting ripped off.
Yeah, but what do they do when they get there? There's just no. Is the address fake? I don't understand.
It's a real address. The guy's dumb. He said, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
No, the guy's not dumb. The guy is not selling puppies. They've hijacked his name and address on Facebook. They're duping people into buying the puppy on Facebook. Then the people go to his address And he's like, I don't have puppies. This guy is being bothered by random strangers knocking on his door looking for their puppy they just bought on Facebook, and it doesn't exist because the guy is being used. They're using this guy's name and address. This guy has no fault whatsoever. He's a victim. You got two victims. You got the guy whose door is being knocked on at all hours with people looking for their puppy, and then you got the people that are spending money on some kind of Facebook transaction, and they're getting hosed.
Man, that's genius.
So just heads up. Hey, I got a little hot tip. Hot tip from the MJ Morning Show. Don't buy a puppy on Facebook. How about that?
I mean, that makes sense.
Oh, you think?
I mean, I bought my shower stool off of Facebook, and it works perfectly for me.
Oh,
yes, knock on this guy's door. I'm here to pick up my shower stool. I don't have a shower stool for sale. And no, the story is about this neighborhood in Port Richey. They're on edge because they're using an address inside this neighborhood, and well, that's not very nice.
Not nice, especially when you want your little puppy.
Yeah, I mean, imagine the disappointment. You fork over money, you pay through some kind of an online payment app or whatever the story is, and then you show up at some random, schnook's house, and he doesn't have any puppies for sale.
Some chooch.
Some chooch. Listen, I hope they find these individuals, and I hope they shove puppy food down their faces. That's what I would. That's the sentence that I'd recommend. 9:20 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. When we get back, we will lightning round a lot of good stuff because I'm looking at my pile of unused material, and we've got a lot when we get back here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, including... There are reports of a disgraced media figure that could be contemplating a comeback. Froggy and Fester, would you like to guess which disgraced media figure
I have a guess.
is considering a comeback?
I mean, there's so many of them.
Did he have a button in his desk?
Yes, he did.
Interesting. Does he do news type stuff?
Yes, he did.
He did, not anymore.
Yeah.
Harvey Weinstein.
No.
Oh,
Not Harvey Weinstein.
Matt Lauer.
Yes.
The sour one.
Yes. Yeah. So let me shut my guest music off. Hang on. Yeah, Matt Lauer is contemplating a comeback.
How? Where?
Wait, everybody else comes back.
Well, the report says that he might consider like a video podcast thing like Megyn Kelly.
Oh, God, what's the point? I thought he was going to get like a network job.
I mean, seriously.
There's not one network that won't hire him.
We would know nothing about Megyn Kelly and what she's doing now if the New York Post didn't run like 2 stories a week about her.
Amazing.
It's like, is she paying for that placement? Does she have a publicist that's like a wife works at the New York Post, or what's going on?
Matt Lauer can't get himself on like Newsmax or something?
I mean, any schlub could get on Newsmax, right?
Yeah, anyone.
AON?
Anyone. Yeah.
Any schlub.
Any schlub for like 3 years.
Isn't it OAN?
Oh, OAN. That place is a wreck. I don't think they're not carried anywhere. They're like, you got to stream them now.
I bet you the Blaze will hire him.
Maybe so. I doubt it. Matt Lauer has been pretty quiet, but he's kind of gone about his life now, and he considers the new normal. Apparently, he works out every day. And remember, former NBC employee Brooke Nevels alleged that he forced herself on her at a hotel room in the 2014 Sochi Olympics. And Lauer said it was consensual. She said it wasn't.
You want a gold medal in my book?
Then there were reports that in his office at NBC at 30 Rock that he had a button under his desk that would like close the door behind like interns that he invited into the office.
How do you even explain that to the engineer you asked to install that?
Yes,
just in case there's a break-in.
I want a button under my desk that if I've got a hot intern inside, I can hit the button and it just slams shut like a vault door.
No problem, Mr. Lauer.
We'll have it in by noon.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Lauer.
But the word is that Matt Lauer is considering a comeback, and it could be like in the form of some kind of a video podcast or some kind of streaming deal.
Great.
I don't know if we need that, Matt. Just go away, buddy.
Speaking of television and personalities on television, I am curious about this. Tony Romo. There's a report that CBS tried to intervene last season after Tony Romo's on-air appearances just started to suck, apparently.
I thought he was like so great.
Well, that's what we've heard now. That I've heard numerous stories that, Tony Romo, he's great, they love him. But apparently there was an issue last season, and that executives at CBS, that with the NFL on CBS, that they had some interventions with Tony Romo to try to juice him up in an effort to have Romo focus more on being fully prepared and help him find a way to better mesh with Jim Nantz.
When Romo came out of the league and he got into the booth, he was very fresh as to what the schemes were and what the latest football jargon was. It's a changing game, and he's just not putting the work in. And in the article, it commented how many times he says, "I don't know, Jim," during the game. And I was like, yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want an analyst saying, "I've got no freaking clue. Sorry. I don't know." Your guess is were you about to say that?
Tony, it's 3rd down and 10. What are they going to do here?
Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know.
I could do that.
No clue.
You can hire me, Fester. I'll do the NFL games for 1/10 of his salary.
Hang on a minute. I got the magic 8 ball here. Let me shake it up. All signs point to yes, Jim.
Okay.
It'd be like
Romo says yes. And here's the play. Oh, the exact opposite.
Speaking of football, DeMar Hamlin, the guy that collapsed on the field, the Buffalo Bill, he was just seen at a taping of The Masked Singer.
Oh, God.
Really?
Jeez.
Come on. They didn't put him in the outfit, did they? Damar Hamlin attended a Masked Singer taping. According to TMZ Sports, Damar Hamlin was a special guest at a taping of The Masked Singer on Tuesday night, making the Buffalo Bills safety's first appearance since his medical emergency. TMZ Sports obtained pictures from the set of the taping showing the 24-year-old holding a football and smiling on stage alongside Nick Cannon.
You know what? I'm happy for DeMar. I'm glad he's alive, so let him do whatever he wants.
Man, I hope that he can go back and play football. I mean, that's his true love and his calling.
I'm sure.
Right.
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. Wait a sec. Christine from the Tampa edition is calling me?
From the what?
Hang on a minute. Wait. Hey. Good morning, Christine. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning from the Tampa edition.
Hello, Christine.
So excited to hear that we were spoken about on your radio show, and we thought we'd give you a call.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, Roxanne, who is not here now because Roxanne left earlier because she had to go to an award ceremony for her 5-year-old daughter. But Roxanne, before she left at about 7:30 this morning, was saying that she's going to a wedding at the at Tampa Edition, and she's like,
tonight. I heard.
Yeah, and then she shows me pictures of the place. She's like, MJ, you can't get in there.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, man, the food is supposed to be great, and it's amazing, and this. And so, Christine, what do you do at the Tampa Edition?
I'm the director of sales and marketing, and I'm here with my entire sales team, and we're listening to your radio show.
Well, that is fantastic.
Awesome.
You know, the number of people that listen to this show, we are clearly the top-rated show in the market.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. And, you know, the number of things that we do on the show and the instant feedback that we get, we talk about anything and people will call up and they'll be an expert on anything. Here we are. We mentioned Tampa Edition earlier this morning, and here you guys are inviting me. So you're telling me that...
I know. That's what Tampa is. We work together. We listen. I also heard, MJ, you've never been down to Water Street. That's embarrassing.
I know. I mean, I live in Beach Park. I live in South Tampa, and I've not been to Water Street.
This is the hottest place in the town.
Yeah.
It is on fire. I am shocked you haven't been in town to talk about it on the radio, what's happening. I wanted to call and just give you a personal invite for your show. Come to the hotel. I'm happy to show you Water Street myself. I'm sure the restaurant across the street, Boulan, they'd love to see you as well. Come on down. I'll bring you myself to a dinner for your show and the after party in Arts Club.
Oh, my goodness.
After party, too?
Wow. All right. Well, Christine.
Yeah, we'd love to have you down. This is, you know, you did free promotion for the hotel, so this is my thank you to you.
Well, this is awesome. You know, and am I wrong? I saw a story that the Tampa Edition is now the first 5-star hotel in the Tampa Bay area. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes. And if you follow Travel and Leisure, look at the most recent article. Tampa is the new luxury hotspot in all of Florida, and we are making history.
Wow.
Well, Christine,
Congratulations.
I can't wait to take you up on your offer. Michelle and I and the team and the whole morning show. Whatever, we'll be in touch. I'll get Andrew, my producer, to get your phone number off the air, and I'll be in touch, and I can't wait to see Tampa Edition.
It would be my pleasure.
Awesome.
Myself and our GM will welcome you and walk you through the hotel, give you a full tour of Water Street, what's happening, and then it'll be our pleasure to entertain you at our restaurant at Lilac, and then followed by after party and Arts Club.
Maybe Michelle and I ought to maybe do a little staycation and just drive 4 miles from the house and stay in a room one night and check that out.
Why not? And then you can talk all about Water Street and the Tampa Edition.
I'll ask Michelle. Hey, Michelle, we're going on vacation. We're going right down the road. We're going to stay at the Tampa Edition in the new 5-star hotel.
Exactly. Thank you.
What do you say? Hold on, Fester. What do you say?
I mean, Michelle may want to go on vacation without you.
Without me. Hey, Christine, I'm going to put you on hold, and Andrew, our producer, is going to get your phone number, okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate the support and can't wait to welcome you here.
Thank you, Christine. Appreciate it. From the new Tampa Edition, which is getting rave reviews, 5-star hotel.
She's good.
And that is awesome. But, I mean, it's just great that here they're calling the show. It just shows that whatever we do on the show, people find out about, which I think is fantastic.
It's like the old days.
It is.
What's so funny is Froggy has talked about the Dutch Motel 1,000 times, and they've never once called us.
Come on, Mr. Dutch.
Wait, where's the one where the guy from Humpty Dance...
that guy did call. Remember?
They rebranded it. It's not. It used to be called the Vista,
right?
But they're redoing it to something else.
The Digital Underground guy, the Humpty Dudes, he died in a motel on Bush Boulevard, right?
Bears.
I'm sorry, on Bears. So, all right, Fester. Anything else before we get out of here today?
Listen, I hope to be back Monday morning. Being snarky and all that good stuff.
Yeah, the plan is for Fester to be back in the studio live here on Monday morning because Fester's been doing the show from home. Oh, a couple of other celebrity things that I mentioned that I got to get to here. Too bad that Roxanne's not here, but there was a story that hit yesterday, I don't know why, that Derek Jeter back in 2004 was in a hitting slump, so he wore a golden thong. And is that some kind of a baseball urban legend that if you put on a golden thong, it'll help you get out of a hitting slump?
I've heard of slump busters before, but it never involved a golden thong.
Oh, and this is interesting. Don Lemon, from CNN.
Yeah.
They rebranded that whole CNN morning show. It's Don Lemon and is it two other people?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Caitlin Collins, I think.
Yeah.
And apparently Don Lemon started screaming at everyone on the set, and they left. Don Lemon left the entire crew rattled.
Real? What a jerk.
Don Lemon screaming at people on the set, I guess during a commercial break or something.
You better not be yelling at Caitlin.
Well, yelled at Caitlin Collins. And apparently Caitlin Collins is not scared of Don Lemon and is avoiding him like the plague. And they sit next to each other on the set.
Don, I'll kick your ass if you mess with Kate.
Don't mess with Caitlin Collins. She's a rising star, cutie.
Superstar with a weird smile, but
superstar.
So hot.
Anything else before we get out of here, guys?
Have a good weekend.
I think we've used all of our allotment time-wise for today's show.
I think so.
Yeah. And then Monday, we're back. Hopefully, we're all in the studio on Monday, and we'll see you then, folks. Have a great weekend. Don't forget the website is mjmorningshow.com. Always great stuff to see. You can check out MJTV and watch our entire show from today or other days. You can watch the replay anytime because the whole show in the studio is on video. You can listen to any of our podcasts, any previous shows, mjmorningshow.com. If you want to email me, my private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. And let's be careful out there.
Good morning. Hear the latest MJ Morning Show